started off with in the first half. So that, I mean, that does so much. It's a huge part of the explanation why the score ended the way that it did in that first half to begin with.
Headphones off.
Ooh. All right.
You know what that means?
Yeah, it means we get a chance to catch up on, you know, maybe some topics we haven't touched yet.
Like what?
I think I'm sort of interested. I think how some of these teams that are playing the tournament now, I think the ones that are doing really well, that look just look better overall. I think, you know, Mad Lions are obviously, they are the underdog team, and they're many people's dark horse, but they're going to have a lot of challenges that other teams won't have. But I think one of the things that they have going for them is the sort of confidence and commitment they have to a bunch of the fights they take. I think FaZe are in that same mode. I think G2 are in that same mode. And then there are a bunch of teams that fall outside of that, where there's more hesitation. I just, you know, how much do you think that can switch from day to day? Because we know Mouse Sports can be a confident team. You know, Liquid, I think, we're suffering from a little bit, and then they weren't yesterday, obviously.
I don't think. I mean, I think it depends on the team to a certain degree. Because I think a lot of the teams that we see that lack some confidence in their fight selection and what they're doing as a squad is because probably the biggest issue I've always noticed in players is not feeling confidence in the preparation. And I think that leaks into your individual game. Like if you're not confident in how your team is playing or what's being called, it, you know, the back of your mind, that lack of confidence is going to leak into how you decide to play on an individual level as well. So I think, you know, I think that explains the big turnaround in Team Liquid from what we saw in Blast in their spring split towards now looking a little bit more assertive. They had that boot camp. They start feeling a little bit comfortable that they're all on the same page. I think you have Navi, who's very open about the fact that there's still a lot of progress to be made and so a lot of struggles. And I know that's a team that you identify as someone who's not that same confidence. And that probably explains that as well. So, you know, a lot of it depends on the team.
All right. So maybe with...
I think the best thing that Mad Lions has going for him is it's obvious when they play that they have full faith in Hunden's calls.
Yeah. And they are some really cool calls. So, you know...
For good reason.
Yeah, it makes sense. Stack over at the B-bomb side, but very limited weaponry. Good couple of dinks. That's not bad at all with the USP. Another one coming in. I think Breeze is lacking head armor. Could that really be true?
Yeah, it looked like it. He went down very quick, like a sack of potatoes.
Instantly dropped. That's... it's not good.
No, not at all. He learned his lesson. He'll have head armor in the next round. Cirque's still going to stick around and go for a fight. That's EG just walking right into his stack, and still some danger in this round. Bomb is picked up now, but it looks like it's going to go right towards Banana anyways. All three players are going to be here.
That's interesting, right? They've already seen a few people. Maybe they're thinking the stack will have moved, but a little bit of a coin flip in some sense. Flash to set it up. Leas, he's thinking about it. They're not making a lot of noise, though, so he's not quite sure when to throw it. I guess maybe Jacob could take a little bit of a peek if he can see anyone. There's the flash coming out. Azza comes running through and instantly trucks Ethan. They almost shoot him through the smoke there. And Leas, can he line it up with the deagle? It doesn't look like it. Tarek will live at least for a little while longer. There's the kill finally happening. He's not reloaded. He's looking for the one dig, and Cirque will take him down. That could have got very, very bad. But EG, they do survive that scare.
That's EG just wanting to run through the brick wall. Even when they saw it put up, they had the initial stop, they had the initial trade and kills, and still wanted to just go for it. So that is
like that Juggernaut guy from X-Men.
Yeah. We can't do that, though. We already have a Juggernaut in this Counter-Strike scene.
That is true. Yeah, we can't be mixing things up like that.
You picked Mad Lions today, didn't you?
I did pick Mad Lions.
Okay, they just lost their first map 16-8.
It's not
looking great.
It's not looking great.
Gratisfaction in the halls. Ooh, that's a miss. And he actually gets punished for not landing that shot. 29 HP left on the Alper of 100 Thieves.
Yeah, pushes them back, but they don't have any banana control, though, EG. So 100 Thieves, as a result, going to be rotating Azza over this way, and might be rotating another person even if you can keep just one guy jumping on that side. JKS only has a smoke. Always cool if you can have a flashbang and a Molotov or something like that to just, you know, keep them back if they do show up. He's also playing really far back, and I always get nervous if you're playing alone on B and your warning is going to be that late. Close to middle, Jacob immediately taken out. Stanislaw with a very quick kill.
Yeah, he was ruined. He had a couple Molotovs go into his position. He had nowhere safe to really go. So Jacob punished. 5-on-4 now for EG. And this is not the situation you want to be in if you're 100 Thieves. Haven't won a round yet. in this second half, in your defensive half, and you're even rotating out of position. Gratisfaction now leaning towards the B bomb site. That's a nice nade towards mid. Doesn't do any damage, actually. But it's Liaz all alone in pit, and he is not going to have a fun time.
Or he's going to have the best time of all. It's going to be one way or the other. Flash up. He's trying to get that kill over the smoke. It's a nice smoke in so many ways, but it's just a one-for-one trade, and they're going to save almost immediately. Yeah, I just don't know what he could have done.
Yeah, don't even mind that call. You have a 2-round lead with the weapons. I mean,
yeah,
obviously you're just gambling for the B bomb site and it fails. So 10-9 in the favor of 100 Thieves, but that lead is dwindling and has dwindled very quickly in the second half. EG starting to get rolling on their T side.
And that should worry the defense, shouldn't it? One of the teams you don't want to see warm up. We already see their multi-kill potential even in the first half. If they get everyone on board and they actually start to feel really confident, it's going to be hard to stop them, surely. Tarek away from the blast zone, not going to be catching anyone, obviously. I don't think that was his intention anyway. So 9-10 will be the scoreline, and we've got a really close game on our hands. It is Inferno after all. We do see that a fair bit whenever the map comes up. We haven't seen we haven't seen 100 Thieves try and go for too much craziness. You know, Gratisfaction up there with the AWP, but there's been no, rushes down mid and banana. I mean, not saying that they have to, but just that there are some things left still for them to test out.
I think it comes down to the utility as well. I think we're just starting to see that losing bonus build up where they need to have some nades if you want to get aggressive in banana, right? We know that you need a whole lot of grenades to utilize. Gratisfaction going to take a free shot as he's burning, and again, that's just a lot of damage done to him very early on in this game. Good flashbang, better peek.
They had that idea from Spawn. They had been setting that up. You could actually see him just holding the grenade half the time, so...
Well, it's nice. I mean, you have 2 players with upgraded pistols, and that's it. So just play the buddy system. Have them just set up your rifles. See what you can do with 2 players, not with that strong weaponry. And EG, they have control of mid and brackets. Again, it's a great flashbang, though, one more time. Phenomenal that Azza gets a second kill inside the flames. But again, 2 flashes from Liaz, 2 kills for Azza. That's phenomenal teamwork from 100 Thieves.
Especially with that Molotov on top of him. That could have very easily ended it the other way. If they hadn't got the flashbang off, probably he just gets slowed down in the flames and it'd be hard to do much of anything. Jacob and JKS actually looking to advance this position instead of just waiting around, and that could really catch them off guard, although Breeze is looking right there. JKS, could he actually bring it back? He's going for the fight, and they might not expect it. He's all the way out yet. They almost had that kill, and now he's going to get traded instead. That looked like he had the element of surprise down. Lias, the only one on the bomb side to try and save this round for 100 Thieves, and finally get something on the board here on the CT side. The Deagle will do enough for the one. Bullet, and Tarek, instant dink. Or at least instant aim punch there. Nice triple for Tarek and Gratisfaction. This is an expensive weapon, and you only have 28 health.
Yeah, I'd like to see him save it. That's a quick shot. Missed its mark. We're all tied up. 10-10. That's a nice round for EG. Again, just taking control of brackets, hitting the pause button once they get it, once they find that first kill, and recovering from a disadvantage.
Quad kill on Tarek.
It's important to note, remember, opening kill went to 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves is actually the second worst team we have at their playing their 5-on-4s in this tournament. They have not converted those rounds nearly as much as they would probably like to.
Who's the worst? Do we know that?
I don't know that. Would be something cool to know.
Yeah, could very well be Mad Lions, couldn't it? Ooh, they looked like he was on point with that shot, but Cirque was ready. And that's dangerous. Losing that player, especially this early on, could force you. If EG managed to force them to use some of their grenades now to just make sure they don't have quite as many.
The lowest is Tyloo Anders.
Oh well,
they're the worst team at 5-on-4s.
Okay, that makes me actually
probably could have made that as a guess. Probably could have nailed that one.
Could have maybe, yeah.
I was gonna say Mad Lions. All right, well. 5-on-4 now for EG. We got to see how they can style on 100 Thieves.
Look at how well they're holding onto the grenades on the CT side after losing a player.
I think it's because so many rounds from EG have been on the slower pace. They're just saying let's not be too afraid of them just aggressively trying to attack at 1 minute. Let's wait until we start seeing the nades. Let's wait until we actually feel that pressure. But this is what happens if you don't use them early. You're giving Breeze a lot of open spaces and a lot of clear lines of sight to just tap your head clean off.
So unfortunate because Lias had just put that Molotov. So I don't think he was mentally ready for it. It just happened so quickly. And now they're going to go back. 5 versus 3, and 100 Thieves might just want to save again. I don't think... What would be the purpose of JKS to come back and try and stop the actual attack? Ethan even ran through the smoke, I think.
Yeah, just clearing things out of construction and ruins. Perfect. I mean, I wouldn't say this is a great tactical game out of EG, but they're making some very good mid-round calls at the very least.
Yeah.
On their T side, everything seems to be pretty standard, pretty basic. It's just they're executing it very well.
They are hunting.
I like that.
They say the round it's already done. We're not going to worry about anyone hiding in any corners. I don't know if they've checked everything. They're just making that assumption, and they're right. And now they're coming for the rifles. That's a cool play. We'll see if it pays off. It could also give some of those creeks away, and obviously the AWP. So there is some risk involved. Are they going to try and actually run boost, or are they just jumping over? So far, just a lot of jumping. They're walking in with the boost. What kind of a construction is that? Some kind of a mech suit they had built there. Breeze will take 2 and another one. So 4 kills for him overall. And they will steal every rifle, and that is so worth it.
Yeah, it's very worth it. I mean, they lose a lot. You're going to have to rebuy, but Breeze had 12,000 before he reinvests in his utility and even drops over a weapon. And the other side of the coin is it takes so much away from 100 Thieves, they can't even think about buying up.
That, if they put on like a suit, they can make themselves look like a really tall guy, and they get like a circus act.
Yeah.
They have real potential.
That's an idea that I think Barnum and Bailey had that with the circus back in like the 30s. So
yeah, there we go. But we have those agent skins now, so there could be like a maybe a skin for
a two-man tower.
Yeah.
Okay.
Set up for it. Make yourself look like something else.
Make sure you get your royalties with that idea.
Sure, it'll sell well. Like all my ideas.
Oh, Breeze has been so sick in that round, taking so many weapons away. 1 round lead for EG. They've won 6 in a row.
Well, that round puts him at the top of the scoreboard with 17 kills to 10 deaths. So that's what did it. Mag 7 and play. Don't get to see that nearly enough, and I feel like whenever I do, it actually doesn't do that much. Maybe Jacob could be the one to change it. He's got it in range. Could be right here. He does a lot of damage. Another pellet surely would have taken Stanislaw down. But instead, he's just fine.
EG's just done such a good job so far in this map when they've had the opening kill. It was the strength of their CT side as well. JKS looking for a frag. Another 5-on-4. That's a fine shot from Gratisfaction in the smoke. I think Liaz wants to put that up so he can go get the weapon. He gets an extra kill out of it. So the Molotov comes from behind. The grenade is certainly going to finish off Liaz and Ethan. A crouching drive-by has opened up the other side of the map. So that's going to be the round. Gratisfaction has a Krieg. I almost think Alza should just bail out and go back to the A-bomb site and get another one of those rifles.
Yeah, surely that's what he does as well. I think he was just, hoping that they'd be a little bit too quick. Speaking of which, they threw 2 smokes. I mean, just that doesn't really do anything at this point in time. It doesn't hurt them or anything, but they threw 2 towards CT spawn. Well, do you think it's an underused idea across all maps, let's say, to actually not sometimes throw some of those grenades and challenge the people that are there? Because a lot of the time, if you're a CT player, right, especially if you're the guy rotating in, or you're coming, you're just making your way back there, you assume that a B attack will involve that smoke a lot of the time. And if you don't do it, one of the places I remember it happening is when people go for those yard crunches on the A-bomb side on train. Very often what will happen is that there will be a smoke almost on either side of the actual carriage.
Yeah.
And that the T's throw those smokes obviously to get the bomb down, but they also help the CTs get out of C connector. And sometimes if that's not there, then the T's coming out of Pop Dog will just have a clean shot. And you obviously can't do it every time, but it's so cool to see when people intentionally don't do it.
I was gonna say I think it works as a fine gimmick. I think the place where it works probably the best is we've seen it a couple times on Dust 2, where instead of throwing the smokes to cross long, you just throw a pop flash and just turn the corner.
Yeah,
I think that's
yeah.
always pretty fun to see.
Yeah.
But it is a big risk. Here's another one. Oh, that's a perfect flashbang though. Breeze and Ethan both blind. Ethan still somehow wins his fight, but 2 mans down for Jacob. And Ethan's very, very low. They've got to back away.
Well, I did not think Jacob was going to make that fight. It looked like he was missing a lot of bullets early on in the spray, and even if they were flashed, there was a lot of targets that he was switching between. So, yeah, heads up play for him. 10 health left on Ethan, 10 on Cirque.
Tarek better create everything in this round. He's the only one with HP. He's the only one that's able to actually challenge in any regard.
Prime opportunity to make some great content.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? I don't know what the plan is here either. There's not even, like, you can't even do like a smoke set piece with utility because the HP is just too low for all the craziness. You almost need Tarek to... Oh, well, never mind. Oh, that nade. Oh, that nade could be perfect. It is! Yes! Double kill with the HE for Gratisfaction, and yeah, Jacob's just going to smile and laugh it up. They've got their first round on the board on their CT side.
Better late than never, I guess, is the way to approach this. Took them quite a while. It was a 6-round run for them when they were on the T side. It's even better for EG, 7 rounds to start off the T side with. But yeah, that's a fantastic grenade. What is that? It's the holy hand grenade thing going on?
Yeah.
Worms references.
Worms references, Monty Python, yeah.
Whichever you want.
Whichever you want.
Well, EG still with money. They actually don't have as much as you would have expected. This buy puts a huge dent in it.
Well, it also comes back, remember when they hunted those guns down?
True.
Mentioned it was great. They did lose 3 players. So here we are. Ethan, ready to turn the corner.
I really want to see what happens if they execute against JKS in this particular configuration. Just, it's obviously so by design, and this time at least he has the smoke and the Molotov both, so that, you know, that could change things up. Kill on Gratisfaction.
I think he just pre-fired the corner of the smoke. Oh, he might get another one. Jacob's got to back away. You don't want to dual breeze in this situation. Calling a teammate over towards small pit, that's a big win. Jacob down to 28, but Ethan now I think is going to start pressuring towards B, and Jacob realizes that's what's next. Great shot from Cirque.
He saw that coming.
This defense is just getting picked apart.
He was ready for Leas to dance on top of that bicycle.
The whole map is open. Oh, this is a free kill. Oh, you hate to see this. You really do hate to see it. Oh, he even baits out the shot. He's gaming.
Yeah, so they know that there's one person in A. There's no other way, so they can definitely go for it. This is potentially smart. He might get picked off, but I still think this is not a bad idea.
You had to do something.
Yes.
Yeah, like you can't just sit there. And obviously JKS doesn't have the HP, so EG live to fight another day. They get another victory. They're going to have money in the bank again. This is just brutal. 100 Thieves not having a good time on their CT side of Inferno. They also had a relatively rough time against Tyloo. They lost it 7-8 against the Chinese side, and here against EG, they're losing it even worse.
Yeah, it's actually becoming a real problem for them.
8-1 for EG in the second half.
Especially if they start losing. I mean, they have a bank now, and I think they still have a lot of the loss bonus, obviously, so we'll see how that works out. JKS here with an AK, just trying to keep it alive. It's not even going to get close to doing that. Wow, 13-11. EG, if you were tuning in early on here, you might have been a bit worried, especially if you were on the side of EG, just, you know, hoping to see them make it through this. But right now, it is looking real good. And I'm not even, I don't even know what are they supposed to do here, 100 Thieves?
I don't know, because they're doing something so right.
I have a plan.
Yeah, okay.
I love it when people go like 2 into the A apartments with someone flashing their way all the way over the building to fight second mid.
Okay.
That's wild and crazy.
That is pretty wild and crazy. Here's what's a little head-scratching for me, because I know as analysts, we always talk about, you know, we love teams that set each other up with flashbangs. That's always like one of the things that I use as a barometer to measure how good a team is. 100 Thieves has 14 flash assists in this game. EG have 4. And EG is still just dominating. I mean, it shows you kind of the strengths of what made 100 Thieves, you know, such a dangerous squad last year, and still elements that they have this year. But also EG, we talk so much about just the individual prowess of these players, the ability to just, for guys like Ethan and Breeze to just peek into a part of the map and Cirque with his AWP and just find a kill without any assistance. That's a huge strength that EG has leaned on a number of times in this tournament and in their past.
They actually find a grenade kill on Cirque somehow all the way down the middle. just when you read that stat out, it doesn't even seem like that should be doable. It seems like if one team has that many flash kills and the other one only has 4, then, you know, overall the team with all the flash assists would be the one to actually do it. I mean, I can see how there is obviously another way to get kills, but still, that's a weird discrepancy. You can shoot people who are not blind. That's what you're doing.
Well, I mean, there's another one right there. Look at the difference of how the teams would probably approach that scenario. Tarek just goes for the peak. Ethan, finally, JKS wins that battle over towards top banana. Breeze, not able to transfer over in time.
Look at where the bomb is.
Yeah, the bomb is still so far back. They don't even care.
No, but but if they had cared, then they would have had CT spawn.
Then they would be very frustrated.
This is so confusing. Ow, Azza, did he? I don't know if he saw it. He might hear the footsteps. Looks like he is. Yeah, they're rotating out.
I think they expected to win some of those battles is the big thing.
But this might... Oh, Tarek, he's going to run right back in. He's getting the Krieg out. Gets the 1 kill. If he wins another fight, this could get really interesting. Still 20 seconds. He can make it to a bomb site, but they're going to find a way to stop him. And I think that's the end of the round here. 14 seconds. There should be no way that Stan can find this kill in time and get back to planet. So now they just have to make sure they don't actually get, you know, too close so he can take them both down. And he won't. Another round for the CT side. Second in this half for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, you'll see Kasad will take that all day long as well. Scrappy round. They lose a lot of weapons. It's going to be hard to buy up into this and feel like you have your, you're flush with cash. I don't think he's going to have to spend everything they've got.
That was, if you looked at the minimap in that 3 versus 4 and you see the bomb that far back and there's nobody from EG's side close to it.
Yeah, I wonder if someone dropped it without saying anything, or if they just didn't really, they just kind of were taking what they got. You know, they just found they had so much space because they've been leaving the bomb at base banana as well.
Yeah, they had that tunnel vision going on. They were all focused on something else.
On killing, on fragging, on headshots.
Yeah, I guess. But someone has to do the,
the grunt work, carrying the bomb, putting it down.
Make it one person's job to always. Then there's no confusion. You always know who to blame. Is that a strategy?
That's a fair point. Yeah, that can work. 13-12 for EG. Only 2 rounds for the defensive side in this half. 100 Thieves have been struggling. This is a good chance that they come into this round with 2 kits. They all have rifles. They all have nades.
You know, on the flip side, we used to do that, and we had that in 1.6. One guy whose job it always was to buy the Diffuse Kid, and we would call him the Diffuse Kid. Because we were funny that way.
Jesus, you really...
Doesn't seem nearly as funny now,
no,
decade later.
You had a very difficult childhood.
I know.
This is a huge round, Anders. Round 26. Money on both teams is gone. This is the final buy for both of these squads. The winner of this round gets such a nice advantage heading into the last 3 rounds of the game.
They have 3... This is potentially a very, very weak defense at the A-bomb side if they don't win an opening fight. Now, if 100 Thieves win the first fight, then they could probably find a way to focus on the rest of it. But if one guy goes down, Gratisfaction or Leah's here, then there is no crossfire, and they're in a lot of trouble. And it looks like it's going to be just a pure explosion. The flashbangs are going to be coming in. Breeze is setting up for it. Knife out as he jumps down, pulls the deagle. Leah's is absolutely gone, just raining terrorists down beside him. Wow, that could not get any cleaner.
No, I want to see the second kill that Stanislaw got because he was the one jumping in towards Pit. That had to have been the guy towards Small Pit. That's an absolutely disgusting sequence. And it was a bit worrying watching it on the minimap because 100 Thieves at times has had 4 players at the A-bomb site to defend against those hits, and it hasn't been successful. Now they only had 3, and they're absolutely wiped out. I can understand the desire for EG to want to hunt here. I hope they don't commit a whole lot. You have to preserve this economy.
Yeah.
It needs to be #1 goal. And yeah, you might be willing to lose 1 or 2 players, but this can be costly.
They slowed it down. You're right. It can absolutely be costly. You might just try and do it in the last second and see if they can maybe run someone through. Actually, that wallbang could work at that particular moment. See if they go for it even further. They lose
too much.
Rifles.
That's way too much, in my opinion.
You want to do a told you so?
I told you so.
Got a song and dance to go with, anything like that?
Yeah, but camera's not on.
All right.
14-12. Still, that's a lot of players to have to rebuy for EG. Maybe not the biggest deal, but
it could be, though. That's
the problem. It could be.
Now, if they lose the next round and don't have money, then we get the camera on and get.
Then I'll do a dance.
Then we do the whole
I'll
thing.
do a great dance for you. Well, round 27 coming in. 100 Thieves, it might not feel like it to them because they've only had 2 rounds, but the door is open for them to take this map back. They're going to have a decent buy here. FAMAS and M4 is not ideal, but they'll have some utility as well. It's not like they're completely destitute. And with those 3 kills at the end of the previous round, you have that chance to close this out. Look at this transfer over. That's so quick.
He landed crouched. He did that superhero landing, knee first into the concrete.
Yes, he did.
Well,
JKS. Ooh, pushing down, and he's gone. He's gone. Ethan saw everything. Delayed flashbang from Stanislaw. They read the banana take the whole way.
that's rough because 100 Thieves were putting 3 people there to fight it, and 2 of them have already gone. So you're committed. You want to win that fight, and it absolutely blew up in their face.
It blew up twice in their face.
Yeah, that's
Like they said, we saw this blow up in our face. Now, next person come up and stick your face right next to the grenade again.
yeah. Cut the blue wire. That didn't work out well. Let's try it one more time. Still not getting it right. That's 5 versus 3 now, and still over a minute left. 100 Thieves almost have to find a way to do that. I think that's what EG are expecting. They're saying just freeze. They're probably going to have to try and find a way back here. So, yeah, it makes sense for them to just pause it right here and see what happens.
That's not a good look for such an important round for 100 Thieves. That JKS pushes down Banana on his own. Maybe he got isolated by the Molotov. He goes down. Azza then goes next. Pop flash from his teammate, but he's pushing down all alone. So 2 players die with the exact same play in the exact same spot.
Oh, and they're starting to actually rotate out of the bomb site. So Leah's...
Again, it's all you can do if you're 100 Thieves. You have to gamble somewhere because the other option is keeping these guns alive. So just get out of the A bomb site. Everyone go to B and hope it's there.
Yeah, I mean, that is a valid point.
That or you rotate everyone to A, but they've already made the decision, and EG's just going to get a free round.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Even if they'd kept Gratisfaction and Leah's there, that's a UMP and a FAMAS against 5 people. They're probably not going to win that anyway.
No, it's low percentage. And EG being super cautious, not even starting the bomb plant until 9 seconds, making sure everything's cleared out. And again, they have the decision. They don't have a whole lot of money, but how much do they want to send on the hunt?
Apparently, much of it. It's their style now. Some AKs being picked up. Look at that. No more UMP, no more FAMAS. M4 and AK instead. If they can make it out, if they can guard the weapons here towards the end, that's going to be huge. Flashed in to a headshot, apparently.
Oh, now, I mean, you get that kill if you're EG. The hunt is really on. You've already thinned the herd a bit, Ethan. Liaz missed his chance, so they know exactly where everyone from EG is. They know their position at top banana, and Jacob's not going to get away. Liaz is not going to get away. He gets a nice headshot. He's got to fight for everything, but he's worried about what's coming from behind. 1 HP, he goes down. Unrelenting pressure from EG, and they've got a 3-round lead. They got 3 chances to close out map 1.
Wow, and look at what they have left on the CT side. Taking those rifles, absolutely worth it. So, you know, may have cost them the first time, and we were a bit skeptical about all of that, but this time it was so worth it. 15 to 12, and 3 rounds here for 100 Thieves to try and get into overtime. Otherwise, it's going to be map number 1 going to EG, even with some struggle and some fight put up here from the 100 Thieves side. Jacob last time he needed just 1 more pellet to get the kill on Stanislaw. See if he could land it this time. He's pushing up, edge of the fire. Wonder if they would have heard a little bit of that. He can even maybe go for the jump. He's certainly close enough range here. JKS is smoked out on the other side, so he can't do much. Maybe try and come through once the fight is already going on, but that might not be in time, and they are boosting up as he's putting down the smoke. Timing definitely not working out here.
None of the details working out for 100 Thieves. Cirque with another kill. That's towards wraps. Yeah, they're just taking him out. This is just superior firepower is working wonders for EG. Good double kill from Azza. He's kept 100 Thieves in the round. It's a 2-on-3, but he can't rotate over fast enough. JKS is going to be all alone. It's all on his shoulder. Oh, no, it's not. They're going back. They're throwing a fake, and they're fooling Azza as well. But how quickly can JKS call it off?
I mean,
not quickly enough.
He has gotten almost nothing to make that call with. They have 2 smokes down in B, so it looks like a B attack.
And he had a Molotov, so he didn't even know if they were waiting behind the Molotov. So Azza's going to come back, find this smoke wall in his face. He's going to hear the bomb being planted, and he's going to realize there's nothing left. They have no kit. They don't even have a second rifle.
And they re-smoked that position. They had 1 more smoke on Ethan, so yeah. very, very rough in the last couple of rounds here for 100 Thieves. They obviously wanted what they could get to try and see if they could defend this with, but it's not going to be possible. Stanislaw will get one more kill, and that'll be 16 rounds to the 12 of 100 Thieves. Well done on EG after being behind, what, 6-0 in the beginning of this match. He was looking a little bit grim, but they made their way all the way back, and that should build some confidence.
Yeah, I mean, I think the crazy thing is, again, just the ability for them to peak. We've talked about this a number of times when we discuss EG. Just their ability as individuals to just find whatever kill you want. That flash stat is so ridiculous to me that 100 Thieves had like 15 flash assists in this game and EG had like 4. That's mental, that they're able to just kind of peek in and get that. And you could see why. A lot of skill coming out in Cirque. But that's a phenomenal offense from EG. Not the end of the road yet for 100 Thieves, but now their back is truly against the wall. We're heading to a break, and then we'll see what happens in the next map.
There you have it. That first map does end, and it finally goes in the way of the Evil Geniuses. 16-12, they do actually win the map pick there of 100 Thieves. Now, what I need to go ahead and bring to light here alongside of my companions on the desk, and both Jacob and Matthew, is I did a little bit of research, right?
Oh, I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this.
Supposed to be good.
I'm ready for this.
Because I just felt like there was something kind of burdening this whole process, right? So, day one, all games except FaZe versus Navi were won by FaZe. The first map, the opposing team's map pick.
Okay.
That makes sense? Mm-hmm. The second day, all games lost their teams lost their opening map pick.
Okay.
That they picked. Now,
people pick maps they can win?
Yeah, well, we're looking at that again. We're looking at a scenario where we might have a whole day of you picking a map, and then perhaps your opponent wins it.
You used to be a coach in Cloud9.
No. Coach loose. No.
Nah, it wasn't like that back then.
No, it wasn't really my job.
It's kind of an interesting stat, to be completely honest. But I think it's down to the fact that we also talked about it in the pregame that all these teams have had a break. All these teams have only been practicing for quite some time, and only a few of them have been playing tournaments in 2020 so far. So coming into a tournament of this size, people don't really know where to stand on, right? They have practice results to go out from, but we all know that what you do in practice, what you do in official games is not the same thing. So I think the teams are learning as we progress here, and that may be some of the reasons why we see some of the teams picking maps they can't win.
Yeah, that is unfortunate, right? If you go into a best of 3 and you know you're going to lose your map, you don't really want to have that. But now if you focus on that game, what is very interesting to me is that you have 2 very strong T sides coming from both EG and 100 Thieves, but 2 very different approach. On the 100 Thieves side, their finish on the B side was almost always working. I mean, the casters pointed out very rightfully, anytime they would finish around there, that would work for them. Whereas EG, they went in for the duels. They were having these mid-round duels time and time again. They were allowing, I mean, 100 Thieves were allowing Breezy to just walk short, get duels on the pit, then go back to long. It was 2 completely different sides, and I think on the side of 100 Thieves, they played the wrong game. They allowed the duels where they should have closed the map, and you know what, EG, they just smacked them.
Just a little bit of a smack, Jake.
We often praise the 100 Thieves for being a team that has a lot of structure, you know, that every single player chimes in. In this case, none of them stood out, right? The top fragger in the game, he had 16 frag, the bottom fragger, 15. You know, there's 2 guys on 16 frags and 3 guys on 15. So none of these players stood out individually and were able to match the Evil Geniuses as well. It was the same case for them, though. There was none of them standing out. Stanislaw finished on 24 frags, but that was only towards the end of the game he stepped it up. So it was a team effort from both these teams. And in this case, we just saw Evil Geniuses be the better team.
Do you think it's pretty accurate to say that maybe the Evil Geniuses were sweating a little bit early on in this game?
They should have.
Yeah, I mean, the beginning was a little bit shaky. Let's be honest.
I think that has to be a little bit of the vibe. Perhaps they can give us a little bit more insight as to how they were feeling and what they feel now, that a little bit of the pressure's off their shoulders. Let's check in with the Evil Geniuses.
Well, there was success on Inferno for the Evil Geniuses, but I do want to talk about that first half because one thing I noticed was that 100 Thieves, sometimes they were able to break into your bomb sites even when they were well-resourced. Like in round 12, you had 4 men on A, but somehow they were still able to break in. Why do you think that was?
I think we're just playing sloppy. Seems to be the theme of our playstyle lately. Like you said, we had 4A and they still managed to break through. So maybe our setups are not going correctly, or I don't know really what's going on, but it's just very frustrating the way we're playing. But I knew that our Inferno was always going to be a strong map for us. Even though we had a slow start, we were still confident switching over to T side.
You're also not very reliant on flash assists. Is that just not part of the game plan?
I think it's just lately we've been confident in our aim, so I feel like people have been taking aim duels. But I think we still have that in our back pocket. We're able to throw some good flashes, and we have everything prepared well, so we just got to make sure that we're executing those things.
And why has Nuke become the ultimate map pick for Evil Geniuses at the moment? Because obviously you picked it again.
Yeah, we're just comfortable on it, and I feel like we're comfortable on most maps, so it's just we match up well against 100 Thieves on Nuke, and we're just going to try to go for it again.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me, Stanislaw. Good luck on Nuke, and let's head back to the desk.
Oh. Yep, there you have it. Stanislaw trying to put it all there in terms that we can understand. Jacob, one term that I need to know about is what exactly it is that you think.
I think, you know, in this instance, Stanislaw is onto something in terms of Evil Geniuses is a team, and I referred to what he said in the first interview, one of the first days as well. Evil Geniuses is a team that relies a lot on the individuals, right? He constantly keeps saying that it's a team that also relies on the team play. They can outstrat people and they can outmaneuver people. I want to see that in effect. I want to see that happen before I believe in it. Evil Genius, to me, is a team that is at its best when all the players are fired up. We need to see Zerg, we need to see Breeze, we need to see Ethan go off, because if they are fired up, I believe they can be one of the best in the world, but I don't believe they can be one of the best in the world if they play as a team, because right now they don't have the foundation to do so.
Yeah, we're going to have to continue to build upon that foundation that we have, which means we need to go into the second map of the series. Very big implications here, everyone. This is an elimination game, so keep your eyes peeled. Don't adjust your TV set or your computer monitor, for that matter, unless you are on 60 hertz, in which case you are inferior being. We're going to be going to a break, and we're going to be coming back with the second map of the series, Evil Geniuses and 100 Thieves.
I feel on top of the world. I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world. I feel on top of the world right now. Savage, you've been distracted. Your best, my average. There's a reason for that's a fact. So they snapping back, mad at the fact that
This is your chance to rise, a chance to prove yourself to the world. Because when passion leads the dream, this is not just a game anymore. is the ESL One Rio Major Championship.
What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
To be brilliant is to defy convention and challenge expectations. So Intel will bring the processing power for when it's time to go brilliant. Frame rates that keep up with your reflexes. Brilliant. Fast clock speeds for when you're on the clock. Brilliant. It's what we do at Intel, powering you to master your potential. Will you rise? Intel. Unleash your brilliance.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
For them, to simply exist is not enough. They must strive for more. They risk everything to build a legacy, just to have it torn down. Many have tried to reach the unobtainable, but only a few achieve greatness. They have many names. We call them stars. Euronics, a human touch in a digital world.
My name is Jordan Gilbert, aka Nothing.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Snix. I think it's important for these initiatives to happen. Empathy really, really goes a long way, and it always means so much to us, and I think that's where initiatives like this really help.
I encourage everyone in the community, anytime they see bullying, anytime they see someone getting called names, I encourage you to step up and say something.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
On my own, when you spill that ramen coke on my t-shirt, yeah, your eyes made it difficult to get my baby. And the next thing I knew, we were so ready to give in, skin to skin on that baseline. Ooh, you give me that high pitch feel, baby. We shared a cigarette by East Riverside. The way you looked at me, couldn't say goodbye. And whatever you did to make it stop, 'cause baby, you make me feel something. And the next thing I knew, we were so ready to give in, skin to skin on that baseline. Ooh, you give me that high pitch feel, baby. We shared a cigarette by East Riverside. The way you looked at me, couldn't say goodbye. And whatever you did to make it stop, 'cause baby, you make me feel something.
Intel Extreme Masters is brought to you in part by Intel, Acer Predator, Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, Vodafone, and Euronics.
I've been working part-time jobs, chasing all my dreams.
Welcome back to Katowice, everyone. My name being Trace Saranthus. We are ready to continue this series of 100 Thieves and Evil Geniuses. But for the time being, I need to give you a quick B-Stream update. Gentlemen, I think it's about time I tell you that the Mad Lions are going into the second pistol, 11-4 down on the second map.
After losing the first map as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not looking great for the Lions, but at the same time, if they were to go down to Mousesports 0-2, that would be okay. Like, that would absolutely be okay. I mean, they came together, they did make somewhat of a name for themselves to take VP down. I would never have seen them higher than, you know, top 8, top 12. Not at that event, not in that, I want to say, development course.
Yeah, and don't let me get struck down. Now, that is an elimination game, okay? So, all things considered, Hunden and crew with their backs truly against the wall, and that could be all she wrote. Let's focus now on what is the second map of this series, and also an elimination game.
Yeah. Listen, I want to paint a picture here. You know how these B-rated movie, like kind of sub-tier movie, where you have the hero and he's down and everything is stacked against him, and he has that one fight that there's no chance he has to win.
He dies.
But then, no, he doesn't die. No, he practices for like 10 hours, then he wins. That could be how the Thieves right now, but the problem is we're not in the movie. This is the real life, and I think it's done.
And then he dies.
Why does anyone have to die?
He's gonna die.
Why?
The 100 Thieves is gonna die. I'm looking at this lineup right now thinking that they are in their first real crisis, right? It's a lineup that has been going through a steady progress for quite some time. I feel it's a lineup that is getting better and better and gradually over time, but they hit the first real struggle period, and right now it's not looking too good for them.
Let's talk a little bit about this more in depth. And Jacob, I think now is about time we're going to head over there. Maniac, we'll be right back, buddy. Don't you don't you move a muscle. What we have here is Nuke, because that is the next map of this series.
We're going to play Nuke now, Tracy, and I would like you to help me if you can. So if you could click on Stanislaw and put him out towards Yard. We saw yesterday.
Right there. Oh, what's up, Stan?
We saw them play against Liquid yesterday on that CT side, and Stanislaw, he was being super, super aggressive out towards Yard. He was constantly pushing up. He was constantly trying to take the fights towards Silo, taking the fights towards Yard, and he's been doing that against the 100 Thieves as well when they were playing in London. This is a man that doesn't let back. He is constantly going aggressive. He's constantly trying to find the gaps in the defense, or in the offense in this case, and Stanislaw will be a guy to look out for. Now, if you put Tarek towards the ramp area of the map, there we go. He was being put under a lot of pressure yesterday, and you would normally say that Tarek could be the weak link with this Evil Geniuses lineup on the CT side. Defense, fact of the matter is, yesterday he was having one hell of a game. He stood up for himself, and he was constantly closing down Yard. The problem is that leaves Breathe, Ethan, and Cirque left on the map, and they're going to play towards inside right here now. Not the guy we want to hit, but they're going to play towards inside. So the three strongest players on Evil Geniuses are covering the hardest part of the map. I don't see a lot of gaps in this defense, and I think that's going to be incredible tough for the 100 Thieves to take advantage of.
Now, you say that Tarek is that weak link. Is this something where we see them try to exploit it at least?
They could try. Liquid tried yesterday. It didn't work out for them. Tarek hold up for himself. He had a great game. So if he's on that tear again, there's no weak link in the CT side defense. And 100 Thieves right now, they're bleeding. They're not playing up to the best. So I'm having a hard time seeing how they can break through that solid defense of EG.
And Maniac, I want to see, or rather hear, what you have to say about this in a game with such importance right now.
I think, first of all, I have to say 10 out of 10 for your player positioning on the Illustrator. That was very impressive.
Really
he was, he did
my best.
Great job. Now, if we go back on the map, and you talked about ramp, and I want to bring that conversation to the 100 Teams because, and I am very worried, I was looking at their last score, last results, last rounds, and JKS plays ramp. What is that? You're going to have your player that is mechanically the beast, that is the most dangerous player in an area of the map that nothing happens? I can tell you, I was playing ramp. My teams, they used to put me there because, you know, killing people was not really my best thing. But JKS, he can, and he's going to be ramp. Why is that?
Yeah, well, we're going to have to keep a lookout for young Justin. Guys, we're jumping into the game. I don't really care who you think's going to win, but I do care to get this one over to Anders and Moses.
I'm touched that you care, Trace. That means a lot to me. Jason?
That's all I've ever wanted.
Yeah,
just wanted him to care.
Some approval, just something, anything.
Positive feelings.
Flashbang, here we go. They're going to go right into it. That goes through the ceiling. Doesn't really flash anybody. Azza hitting a headshot, spinning almost 180 degrees, and he's got back up. I can't believe he's alive. They were actually all shooting at him, at least for a little bit there. And now it's Circuit at 1 versus 3. EG just not messing around at the start of this. I think he's still up on the hot. Yeah, he's going to get shut down. Wow.
Yeah, they'll have to go back and look at that flashbang because it didn't feel like that was effective at all, that first flash that was supposed to provide the opening for EG. So good defense for Hunt of Thieves. Nice work from Jacob as well. 2 kills. Gratisfaction had 2 kills.
I actually feel like that's all nuke ceiling flashbangs.
They just aren't as effective as you think they're going to be?
Yeah, they were real effective in 1.6, and people just have not outlived that. Let's see. As a not flashed, this is an actually excellent observing.
It's actually excellent work from the Hunt of Thieves as well. Also even looking away as he dropped down. JKS, speaking of dropping down, is going to run from the footsteps. Bomb is at the bottom of the vents. They're trying to get it planted in the lower site just for the extra money, but it doesn't look like that's going to be too likely. Gratisfaction waiting under Heaven, and Ethan knows JKS is here, but he needs his teammates to at least distract him, if not clear him out, and now the bomb can get planted. This has actually turned out pretty well for EG.
And again, another kill on Gratisfaction. Now it's beyond just turning out quite well. Now it's actually a little bit scary here. One more for Ethan, and Breeze has picked up not just a FAMAS, but a Molotov. And if he was a better in position, Breeze, sorry, that would be really interesting, I think. Oh no, they come off it, and he throws it right on top. They don't have a kit. Oh dear. This gonna, put up the smoke, but still, now they're in a little bit of trouble. Breeze has managed to make his way to the other side, and he can't win that fight, but
that's admirable.
That's a terrifying round.
That is admirable. That went from absolutely nothing for EG to oh god, this could get worse. Now,
I actually thought they had a kit and they were just going to defuse before he even got there.
Yeah, but
once they stopped, I was like, please.
Well, one of the things they had on Inferno, EG. Ooh, that's always awkward if you're Gratisfaction there. Nice work from Breeze. One of the things we talked about on Inferno that EG did very good is opening kills. Obviously, were a huge marker for success, especially in the first half. Well, yesterday on Nuke, Breeze, Cirque, and Stan against Liquid were 16-3 in opening duels. Those 3 combined for 16 opening wins and 3 opening deaths or losses. And that's massive. If they're going to be able to come out with that kind of production in the early initial battles on this map, that's so huge to force rotations. Rotations are king on Nuke.
They have a 3rd round AWP because of getting the bomb plant. That doesn't happen too often.
I like it.
No, but I think you're absolutely right, though. JK holding pretty far back by that CT container. I don't think he's going to be expecting any kind of an AWP. He probably should have been dead right then and there. But again, they don't have an AWP to respond with themselves, and they're just hunting him, it feels like. Good headshot. Molotov to try and maybe force that kill. Ethan will fall off, and in return, Tarek comes through with a flashbang setup and gets 2 for, yeah, a little bit of return at least, but...
I think actually the trades for Hunt of Thieves were so good. They handled all of that pressure so very well, especially when the AWP came out. And now the AWP is kind of a liability as well. When you actually have to attack a bomb site in this 3 versus 3, how exactly is Cirque going to be impactful if he goes through mini? Tough to clear all these positions with an AWP. Here we go. Breeze and Ethan to lead the way outdoor. Ozza just spotted that. Oh no, maybe he didn't.
I think
overexposed. 2 more players up top. That's a kill for JKS, and Cirque was trying to pre-fire it. This has turned out well again for Hunt of Thieves, and Breeze is just desperately searching for the vent, but he's got a 1-on-2.
Yeah, he almost got lost inside of the smoke. A 1-on-2 again with a Molotov. They do have a smoke, and they do have a kit this time, even if it's on JKS, who's low on health. Let's see. They're going to make their way down, and Breeze needs to find a position that he's comfortable in. And back here, I mean, you could definitely Molotov that position, so that'll help him out. Let's see where they use that smoke, and let's see if they can find him with a little bit of time left still. Keep an eye on that kit, because if it goes down in a weird position, you just never know. Got to be a flash into the corner. Another flash to try and open it up, but Breeze has got all the element of surprise. There's the one and a good follow-up. Nice triple kill for Breeze, and that will give EG the round. They did lose a lot, but I don't think they care.
No, not at all. They're going to take that victory all day. Even with the AWP taken out of Cirque's hands, he was trying to pre-fire up to the right where the player had given away his position. This was a perfect pop flash. Tarek turns from it as he goes around that box, so good communication between him and Ethan. And here's the real nightmare. Not only did Breeze just win that 1 versus 2, but he got the opening on top of the hut, as we just saw onto Ozza. So yeah, he's starting this out very nice.
His helmet was just a perfect contrast to that yellow beam in the background, the metal crane. CZ, that's a good angle. He goes for more, and he nearly could have had it. Will at least set it up for Gratisfaction to get the kill with the scout, and that leaves Tarek out here. Might feel a little bit lonesome. Just to fall back. Ethan is up on the mini roof. Oh, Gratisfaction. That is absolutely disgusting.
Oh, this is crazy. I think actually 100 Thieves is going to steal this round back. This position from Alza, they might not expect it, but 100 Thieves has put so many players out here at different angles. They are ready to battle at the moment, and certainly when someone makes contact with Tarek, everyone peeks.
Yeah, that has to be the plan right now. There are 4 people more or less that could peek him. JKS might be a little bit too far away, but Tarek, yeah, so much trouble. Had to take a risk, I suppose. I don't know how you fight your way back and around like that. I'm going to need to see that replay, though, from...
Gratisfactions.
Yeah.
This little tracking flick.
He just swung that rifle, didn't he?
That was great.
I don't even understand, because...
This is a perfect... Oh, go on.
It didn't even look like it was supposed to be able to shoot through the container at that angle.
Yeah. Yeah, look good. This is a perfect round for 100 Thieves. They can pick up so many AKs, so many rifles outside. That's going to be so much money. Krieg, Galil, swapped out for a second Krieg. Oh, they're going to be rich in the next round.
Yeah, they're actually loving life. Now Stan can at least get the bomb plant.
That was the coolest roller coaster I've been on in a while.
We'll see if it ends here. It might not be the end. Stanislaw, quick bomb plant. I mean, they're all going to be there, and they should group up, right? And just try and see if they could all find him and take him down together. They have 2 Molotovs and a smoke, and I think that makes his life just increasingly difficult at this point in time. They do jump past. It could have been a cool double spray down, but nice grouping, nice round. 100 Thieves right back in it.
Yeah, even Gratisfaction sacrificing himself right at the end. Double kill in the round with that scout. Perfect from 100 Thieves. A perfect round and stack outside. Evil Geniuses walked right into it.
You're a roller coaster kind of guy, Jason?
I love roller coasters.
All right. I think they're scary. And it's embarrassing because...
You're the one. I knew there was...
Because my wife loves it. She'll go on one, she'll have her arms up in the air, laughing the whole way, and I'm just looking like I'm
I couldn't remember who in the talent team was a coward. Now I've found out.
Well,
I've remembered.
There we go.
Listen, let's keep track of these opening duels because, you know, I've mentioned it a couple times. 4-0 in the favor of 100 Thieves in terms of opening frags in this map.
Well, that's the kind of success they need right now. Did lose map number 1. Obviously want to get to a 3rd map. Again, obviously don't want to get eliminated, which is, after all, what is going to happen if you lose this game. Gratisfaction, just guessing. You almost wish you could shout loud enough. Fire the gun.
Hold the trigger.
Not going to happen, though. And they'll sneak past every single one. Nobody even holding lobby or anything.
It doesn't matter. There's 2 players down here already. Aza and JKS are in the lower level. They're at the lower bomb site as it stands already. So Aza, this would be a huge kill. If Ethan can find him, that's going to make the crossfire much more difficult to trap. Good kill from Aza. Good trade from Cirque, but Gratisfaction now swinging out into the open. Great damage, and JKS is still here. They've lured them into this trap. Again, 100 Thieves just a step ahead of the Evil Geniuses. But some decent trading is going to get him into the bomb site. And a continued fight as Tarek backs off.
They have so little to work with. The MAC-10 and just low health on Breeze here. They should be winning the round 100 Thieves, but it's definitely not done yet. Swapping out a couple of weapons. The bomb only just gone down, so there's plenty of time here. And Jacob, if he busts open that door at the wrong time, yeah, Breeze, he's caught jumping. Not really his fault. He had to try and get out somehow. Now it's just the MAC-10. The smoke could actually help him out. Yeah, he's going to try and use that for cover. This is very smart for Tarek. Heads-up play for him right at the edge, and he's going to win the first fight. A little bit of a grenade through, more smoke for Tarek to hide inside, and he's going to try and do that all day, and he actually wins it. A triple. The MAC-10 comes out on top.
Using the mobility, never just sitting and waiting for the attack coming from those rifles. Good job from Tarek. That's a tough clutch to win in a 1 versus 2. And they needed it. They returned the favor right back. 2-3.
They really needed it. That is... I don't know. It makes so much sense for them to smoke the bomb, because that's what you do to force the T's to try and, you know, come up from hiding. And Tarek, yeah, the perfect weapon for that particular scenario.
They could never get a read on where he was going to peek with that MAC-10. He was just jumping around, keeping the noise, keeping the footsteps going. That smoke ended up being so confusing. Towards outside we go, towards the yard one more time. Massive amount of bodies here for EG.
And 100 Thieves actually force into the round. They say, you know what, that was expensive, and it was, so, okay. Stanislaw still goes down. Jacob with the Well, he actually swaps out the weapon. That's pretty cool. He not only gets the kill, but he actually goes for the Krieg.
EG's got to be careful. They're falling into the same trap they just did, what, 2 rounds ago. Their forces are just getting whittled down as they go outside in this yard. Good damage with the UMP through the grating. And 100 Thieves still in prime position. They still have 3 players on the upper level, Azza and Squeaky Door, Jacob and JKS in the upper bomb site. So this is not great. Tarek is so incredibly low, and this play from Azza is perfect. He's going to hunt them down. He's going to turn this corner and see everything. Free kill on a Tarek. Maybe not the freest. It is a trade, but that gives up the game.
Yeah, I mean, they get the information, which is so valuable, especially at 40 seconds now. Another player going to turn the corner. Circus thinking about it. Oh, he sees it and he's back for it. The timing on that is unbelievable. Now it's the UMP left. JKS will take the one and fighting. Circuit gets a headshot and saves 100 Thieves. The force, it works. And yeah, back to 4 rounds. And no bomb plant means EG. Man, they're going to go for it. Wow. No one is giving up. They're just punching each other right now.
Well, we said it might turn into that. We said it might turn into a battle along those lines of what we saw yesterday. Just no real finesse, just a brawl between the 2 squads. And certainly, EG has to try one more time. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, that's one of those things where you get outside, you get into that 3 versus 3, and you're just kind of making mid-round reads. You don't really have an end goal in mind. It's just what do you see at this point in time? And again, 100 Thieves comes out on top.
Yeah, they didn't have a lot of time left, and I think the thing that made it, yeah, I guess tricky is they had no read on JKS.
I think they assumed, yeah, he was in that upper bomb site the whole time. He never had to give away his position, but also I'm assuming that when you see someone flanking towards the ramp room, you kind of imagine that now that the other person's going to be downstairs.
True, especially when you see 2 people flanking ramp. Some MAC-10s, some CC, some Deagles, and they're going to be running towards the ramp room, trying to see if they can test JKS, who has got an HE grenade. Not really going to matter. He's going to use the M4 instead for a pretty good 2-for-1 trade. They're not even going to try and run for the rifle, because that would take time off from getting that bomb down if they can.
Yeah, they at least need the plant. Azza is going to play it safe, and that's the bomb on the ground. A second one. No head armor on Breeze, and he's chewed apart. It's all Cirque. 1 versus 4. And at this point, all you can hope for is a little bit of extra damage. There's the first good headshot with the MAC-10, but no clue Gratisfaction is waiting behind him. So I think 100 Thieves finally on nuke have sustained. They should force Evil Geniuses into a save. There's no plant. There's no hope for EG.
No, not for a while. Yeah, they've managed to actually break them. A lot of back and forth to open it up with. But they come out on top. That's absolutely huge. Gives them a big chance here to start off this first half in a very, very decent way. Now, that happened on Inferno as well when they were on the T side. They were off to a really good start, so I'm guessing it's going to be a while before they start to feel all of the confidence. But yeah, this is definitely, it's good to see them ride it out and not crumble to the pressure of EG. And they should not really have any problems dealing with this round.
No. They really shouldn't. Only Glocks for the EG side.
Yeah, take it slow, get some practice in.
Yeah, this is like warming up.
It is.
You're feeling any more jitters after Inferno? This is the one that helps. Jacob's going for a little I don't know, peekaboo.
They are having a, they're allowing him that aim practice, saying, you know what, feeling friendly at the moment. Breeze up on the silo. Twinkie.
Twinkie, yeah. I enjoy that call. It's an older one.
I'm all right with it. It's a giant one, though.
No one's surprised you're out with Twinkies, Anders.
Not anymore. It's like I've never had a Twinkie. Is the problem?
Really?
No, and I always wanted one because the cop in the beginning of Die Hard.
Yeah, he's big on Twinkies. Yeah.
Yeah, and to me they look delicious, and I thought this is amazing. It's my early infatuation with America. I thought they've got candy like
There's
this.
a lot of really cool candy that you haven't had.
Yeah, I know.
You might never have again.
I know. It's rough.
Such is life. 6-2.
Set up outside. Still, again, they've left Breeze in that lobby, but they're happy. I mean, if you're EG though, you're thinking, well, every time we go outside and lower, we keep trading into 2v2s and 3v3s. And if you're on the T side, that's pretty acceptable, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, you're not making it easier if you're EG. You've gone outside so frequently in these rounds that, I mean, you've even ran into stacks. Remember, they've ran into like 3 pistols and a scout out here. They've ran into crossfires out here, and 100 Thieves is more than comfortable to set up 2 players. Jacob's over in Secret Stairs right now. Gratisfaction looking to get a cheeky kill over the smoke, but he doesn't spot it. Ethan's a bit quicker. That forces Jacob back.
Yeah, and he has to keep running almost. Will eventually slow them down, but still 55 seconds. Breeze is covering the lobby alone, which is definitely not an easy job to have. But no one is pushing him, so for the minute he'll be all right. And now they're trying to wrap around. JKS might be the first point of contact, but yeah, he's so worried. And if Breeze, I mean, if they can crunch him from the other side, the bomb is still waiting really far back, so this seems like almost an attempt to try and go and assassinate JKS.
I think he needs either push ramp or just fall down. He's okay. So he's gone for the first. He was out of safety inside ramp room, and he can actually cut off Breeze. I don't think Breeze. Oh no, he's running all the way back. Oh, they're not looking. The timing is somehow perfect, and Stanislaw goes down as well. It's all 100 Thieves.
But there's only 15 seconds. Circus still here with the bomb. They had that bomb on the ramp or on the stairs the whole time. They needed that ramp hit to work flawlessly. They're just not going to do anything now. I really can't believe it. I can't believe that they at least didn't start moving.
Yeah, that's a bit. That ends up looking a bit silly.
Where Circus now is where he was the whole round with the bomb.
It's that kind of I mean, that play, if you're going to walk all the way outside towards heaven and walk in towards ramp room, it's a lot of walking. That time disappears much quicker than you expect.
And if you're the people on those stairs, right? You could do, I feel like, almost any number of things, even if you just fire the gun towards Mini or something to distract from what was happening on the other side.
Oh, what a series of really terrible events for EG. The timing, I mean, you obviously don't expect anyone from the CT side to be coming back into ramp room in that fashion, but Tarek had just looked away, just swung back to check his flank. As soon as that kill comes out, Breeze tries to readjust his position to take care of the ramp player, and he gets pushed from Hut. That's brutal.
Yeah, and it really was looking like they had the right idea for the setup. 7-2. What a terrific start for 100 Thieves. They've got a Krieg and a Galil. And some Deagles to try and follow it up if that's going to be working out. Ethan looking for the fight. JKM, not that quick, but JKS holding ramp just fine. They've given over that Krieg over at the ramp room. That's nice if you're the ramp player.
Oh yeah, he's going to love that. And so this just seems like EG spreading across the map and everyone challenging on an individual level their respective positions. Jacob does go down. That doesn't provide any opening that Evil Geniuses can build upon. Gratisfaction out in the open, wins that fight, transfers over, continues the spray. He'll fall. Doesn't matter. 8-2, 6-round lead for 100 Thieves.
As of right now, on top of the scoreboard with 13-4, and right behind him, Jacob at 12-5.
Jacob has been one of those outside players. He's been doing quite a good job there, falling back into lower when needed. And timeout called for Evil Geniuses as they are stumped. They also had a pretty, didn't have great gun rounds yesterday against Team Liquid. Watching that game on Nuke. Did end up winning it.
Yeah, took a lot though. And I don't know, that early fight for the control of the economy in the beginning of this half, when you end up losing it, you take a pretty deep dive before you start to get back into it right now. I mean, just as a test, right? They've just only now lost the 5 in a row, so that's where the round loss bonus starts to kick in. I mean, to where they can almost buy no matter what. And again, because they kept trading rounds, it just took that much longer.
We haven't been able to see them get an AWP on the field as well. They had it in the 3rd round in Cirque's hands because of all the plants, but we haven't seen them able to get back to it. Fast-paced outside, at least for the initial 2 players. They're slowed down by putting an extra... Oh, there's a huge gap, and the only thing that saved them is the fact that Gratisfaction was blind, and... Oof. This is fast, this is aggressive, this is a change of pace that 100 Thieves was not prepared for. They've already got 2 players on the lower level in that lower bomb site, but no one's actually heading there.
The bomb is mile away.
Done it again.
They've done it one more time, and they should still be winning the round. Jacob gets traded immediately, and JKS in a 1 versus 3. It'd have to be a whole long series of just coincidences for him to, I think, find all the right kills and escape long enough. But the fact that the bomb is so far away, it's obviously incredibly odd.
Yeah, someone forgot it. Someone didn't want to carry it.
They still need that one guy.
Yeah. What happened on Infernos? I would tell you. I would imagine that because of the fast pace of the strategy, is someone up at the front of the line dropped it, and no one picked it up. He's like, "Oh, I'm going first, and we're very fast and aggressive. I don't want to lose this out in the yard." So,
Yo, JKS, you must be thinking, like, are you guys you're just messing with me now? Like, just plant the bomb.
Oh,
What's
no.
going on? He's actually gonna go see them. Almost lining up for a big double dash. Oh, that could have been it. Stanislaw will turn in time, but that's a little bit scary. They lose a lot of rifles. They could have come out with almost everything there.
JKS played that perfectly. How patient. Look at this flashbang. That's so wild.
And then the fact that
you could drive a semi-truck through that gap.
Yeah. There was... it looked like he was unflashed by the time the second guy came through, but... Or at least enough that he could have seen someone.
All right, Evil Geniuses, after that fast pace, that aggressive round, they slow it right back down. Outside again. All 5 players leading in that direction for the moment.
Smokes going close to Mini instead of further back.
That's that deep wall of smokes. Opens up the opportunity to get in towards the warehouse.
Yeah, there's so much you can do. They try and flash their way through. I love the failure of it, but I feel like lately it's just not having the effect. I feel like more often than enough, this is what happens.
Oh.
He always gets shot down. He's seeing right over the smoke, though. And that's the problem with the smoke wall being that far up, is that when they're all the way up against the fence back there, they are absolutely visible. Stan, though he wants a bit of revenge, dangerous game against that AWP, but he's at least alive for now.
Well, he's winning so far. There he is. He's taken down the AWPer. JKS is in the lower level, though, but he's in a 1 versus 3. Other 2 players going to come from ramp, so JKS just has to try and survive. He's gotten the first, and there it is. There's the backup, the cavalry. In the form of Aza, he's gotten 1 more to keep some space, but Stanislaw flanking. 2 kills in the round already, and he must do more. Nobody's paying attention to this just yet, and now it's turned again. 1 versus 1 for Cirque.
Lias trying to press the issue, and he'll win the fight. A second kill for him. That is such a scrappy round, and I guess that's what we should be expecting. It's been like that from the beginning here on Nuke. 9-3 though, and EG gonna be slightly upset that they weren't able to win that 2-on-1. I mean, I guess they don't know that Lia's that far up, so Stan just goes for it once he's just thinking, you know, I'm just gonna try and see if I can crush the next guy, but didn't work out that way. That is, without the bomb plant, not enough money to buy, even in spite of the loss bonus.
That's really tough. I felt like Evil Geniuses had some great advantages there. Felt like they had control of that.
Yeah. Well, apparently not. So now the question becomes, what do they do? They get yard control all the time. They can go down secret all the time, but they're not winning rounds.
Yeah, well, I mean, 100 Thieves is doing a great job of getting players. JKS is having very fast jumps to get to this lower bomb site. And again, one thing they need to work on, we'll go back to it and we'll do, you know, a refresh of this check on the opening kill status. 100 Thieves has 9 opening kills. EG has 3. At the beginning of the game, you remember we highlighted Breeze, Cirque, and Stan. They were 16-3 against Liquid yesterday in opening battles. They're 1-6 today, combined those 3.
Right, so that is a huge part of the... I mean, the opening kills actually matched the round score in that case, so that's probably a lot of the explanation right there.
Well, it's one of the big things that Terrasides can do on this map is once you start getting that opening pick, once you start understanding who rotates where when one kill happens, like who's going to be the guy who rotates downstairs, where's that gap in the defense going to be created if we get an opening kill? None of it matters if you don't get that first kill. If you're not playing in a 5-on-4, you don't get to exploit that rotation at all.
They have a smoke and a flashbang left here on EG, so got to be one shot at doing it. Smoke goes in Mini. They try and see if they can just storm the bomb side. Lias with a good couple of kills and Gratisfaction with all of the rest on that UMP. Making a fair bit of money. 10-3. That is... It's such a powerful first half that we're looking at right here for 100 Thieves. They're building their way to that third map.
It's good to see them bounce back after a loss, but keep this in mind as well. Remember, they had a very powerful first half of Inferno as well. They had that 10-5 lead on the T side of Inferno.
True.
Which makes you feel very comfortable when you get 10 rounds on your offense. And then they fell completely flat.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably in the back of their minds too. See if they can do even better. Maybe more than 10 rounds. on the first half here if they could just get a little bit going their way. Again, Tarek sneaking all the way, crossing. No one there to stop him.
Jacob's already downstairs. He'll be at an off angle for the stairs. Oh, God. They're doing it again. Another situation where 100 Thieves just maybe a step ahead, and it looks like one more time there's going to be an attempted crunch from ramp room into that lower bomb site. Cirque and Breeze are in position to attack ramp, and this is a big kill for Jacob again. He's found the first, or Azza has. There's the crossfire, but again, it's weird. This is set up to be a pinch, and the other, like, you need the second half of the attack to actually pinch.
Yeah, I guess if anything, right, they want to win at least one of those fights down there so that the ramp player, like, in their minds, is forced back, and then they can go and do something. But it does seem like a lot of this it's contingent on, you know, on a couple of people or sometimes just one person solving, you know, the main part of it. And if they don't, there is no plan B, right? It's like, oh, didn't work. Well, then we're just waiting over in lobby, I guess. There are vending machines at least. So.
In the lobby?
Yeah.
But they have Twinkies there.
Possibly. Are they vending machine type candy Twinkies?
Oh yeah.
Did they not get crushed or something?
Isn't the big joke in what's it, Zombieland? See that movie?
No.
Woody Harrelson?
I haven't.
He's obsessed with Twinkies in the movie.
Okay. So maybe I need to watch it.
Because they don't expire.
Oh, all right. One of those things. I don't know.
Kind of like spam in that regard.
I had no idea you had all this Twinkie trivia. I'm impressed, Jason.
There is a huge gap in this smoke again, and this time there's not a flashbang, or there was, but Gratisfaction is in the cover of locker room, and oh, this is going to be a slaughter. 11-3, no chance.
Could drive just 100 Twinkies through that gap. Reese goes down.
Line them end to end in that gap.
Yeah, just put them all there. 12-3 at the end of the half. That's an amazing job from 100 Thieves. They were put to the test early on by EG, and they lived through that test, and they win the first half handedly. Now they just need to complete it and get us on the map number 3. That's coming up. See if they can defend this in the second half, right after the break. And we return with 100 Thieves needing 4 more rounds to get us onto a third map. That would be quite something, because they had a good start on Inferno, but then they ended up looking very flat, and EG came alive, and it looked like it could have been something similar here with EG fighting for all of the early rounds, and they got shut down towards the end of it in the whole middle stretch. And you see the scoreline here, 12-3. That's all the evidence you really need. Let's see what they could do on the T side here. EG surely can't run this one back.
They should be able to take this round. They had all the answers in the first half. Here we go. Fast pace towards the upper bomb site. That's a great shot from Cirque. A little bit blind. He's got a follow-up one. Flashbangs just don't matter to this guy. Breeze chiming in as well. Bomb drops on the ground in front of Mitty, and it's a wipeout. Only one player falls on the defense. 100 Thieves could not get into the bomb site quick enough. You can see what happens if those upper hits, no matter how fast-paced, no matter how aggressive, if you don't get those kills and get into some form of safety, I mean, the defense rotates in so quick. Like, you just lose time. You're just out of it.
Yeah, I mean, so much is just contingent on those first couple of kills.
Yeah, the first, like, 1 or 2 engagements. And unfortunately, Cirque got both of them for no good reason.
Yeah, it's whether the dominoes fall one way or the other or something like that. Trying with the analogies here today. Stanislaw a little bit outside. Nova shotgun on top of the hut. Stan hiding inside now with the MP9, counting all of the footsteps. He thinks now's the time, and they all line up. Mowed down. That is absolutely fantastic. Even smoking it off, and he's just doing this perfectly.
I almost wish he had like an M4, like a gun with some actual stopping power, because that should have been a 4-man lineup, it feels like. Breeze is going searching. He's going to find JKS, but not before his teammate is dispatched of.
That leaves Jacob not really in a position to do much. Doesn't have the bomb, can't really fight for that, and I don't know. I'm not a big fan of shooting straight down. I feel like there's sort of a middle point where you can't pivot your aim any further, and if people run into that, it's just really weird. Yeah, but this is good. Is the M4 really the weapon to mow people down like that?
Better than this?
Might be better, yeah.
This little SMG.
What about the P90? Is that the one?
Only death by kitty.
Yeah, it takes longer. They realize as they're being shot, like, oh no.
Well, on the other stream, Mouse Sports has eliminated Mad Lions.
I know, it's sad, but not for Mouse Sports, which is also good news.
Yeah,
we want to see Mouse Sports make it far, I think.
Especially as a team that's made it to so many finals.
Yes.
Like, I mean, everyone wants to kind of see them match up, you know, event after event now with the best teams in the world. Cirque taking some shots away with that SMG at a long range. A little bit of damage, a lot of information gathered outside, and nobody from EG overextending.
Just a slight peek with the flashbang there to make things annoying. A little bit of a return, though. JKS will at least get the kill on Cirque, and there is a flank coming, so Breeze should have no trouble. He has the M4, though, and it is quicker. We could all see that.
There's the stopping power. There it is, 12-6. EG trying to make this comeback happen. They've got the first steps underway. 3 in a row to start this second half. But now come the Kriegs, now come the AK-47s. Now come the utility for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, pretty early on here. So let's see what they do. I think, well, we saw a lot. I mean, we mentioned it multiple times. When EG were playing that T side, they wanted to go yard lower, and they wanted to pinch the ramp in you know, one way or another. They actually had a lot of different ways to try and pinch that ramp. It didn't really work out, though. But they were cool ideas. I love the idea of pinching ramp, you know, from lower almost, from hell, going all the way around the yard. A lot of different theories into how to do that, but they just couldn't actually make it work. Let's see what 100 Thieves. So far outside.
Yeah, and they're not going towards secret. It's only Jacob to watch for a push there. Oh, that's aggressive in ramp room. EG have just taken control of half the map, and that might actually cause 100 Thieves to want to change their mind. But what do? The entire inner portion of this map, lobby, upper bomb site, lower bomb site, all of it's in the control of EG.
Yeah, there's no element of surprise any longer when you lose that much map control. They can probably guess what's coming.
And yeah, it sucks not having outside to a certain degree, but when you have everything else, it's not that big of a deal anymore. And even Cirque looking for this flank. Alza might just walk right into it.
Yeah, they need to win a fight. If he can somehow land this headshot on Cirque, which seems very unlikely, then at least that would open some things up. Start EG guessing again. No, backing off. 30 seconds on the clock, and they're going to bring the bomb down. I guess going as a group makes a lot of sense here, and then leaving Azza to, if this first fight goes their way, then they could do something. Grenade, can land a little bit behind them. Actually does a fair bit of damage, and the MP9, that's incredibly effective.
That flashbang is a perfect angle that causes them to turn so he can take that fight. He gets aggressive with it as well. Ooh, the Molotov, and there's a good flank. This is still doable. This could be so dangerous. That's a big kill, and that should be the round. Yeah. 6 seconds left. Ozza might just want to run away or just hide in the corner because you can't do anything. There's not enough time for the plant, and you don't want to lose that weapon. Nicely done from EG. Stan just played such an important role because as much as EG kind of had every idea of what was kind of happening, of where 100 Thieves was, either outside or in secret, Stan was the only player actually downstairs. So he gets a perfect spot with all the information that doesn't, this one right here. Yeah. He gets the information, there's no risk to him. And he can choose how to play that because they're not close enough to punish.
Yeah, that flashbang looks even better in slow motion as well. You're absolutely right, they had to turn around for it. This final play with Ethan coming in with the MP9 is just purely time-based.
Yep.
And it's so smart. 12-7, only a 5-round gap, which is really not that much.
No, it's not. Second time out for 100 Thieves as Kassad talks things over.
I seem to remember, sorry to interrupt, I seem to remember 100 Thieves having some good rounds in the past on this map with JKS vent diving. That's like an art form, isn't it?
The vent dive?
Yeah.
It is.
Not everyone can do it.
No, but everyone's at least gotten to a certain level of proficiency in it. But to be one of the truly legendary vent divers,
yeah,
it's a tough thing.
Navigate that smoke, you know, blind, can't see anything. I'd be interested in that kind of a play. That's something that's always fun, and you know, if the CTs are just caught off guard, if sometimes you don't even notice, you just think, oh, no one came through, right? And then it's just one guy with a CC. Getting a bit close there, Tarek. He's got some backup in Cirque, and that's good. He's actually playing anti-flash, so
Cirque's actually done a good job of being located at the point of contact. He's going to get another chance here. Matter of time.
Look at Stanislaw. He's all the way out by Twinkie right now, so they know that no one is out there. This is very, very interesting. So that's probably also one of the reasons why Cirque can even be here. Good lineup. That's even a leg shot on a second guy coming through, so they just no entry here at all. And JKS wanted to see if he could sneak his way through. Guess technically he did, and we'll find the kill on Breeze. So making it a little bit expensive. That still kind of matters. He probably wish he had the bomb, but
yeah, that would be nice. Tarek's kind of got to stick around, or Ethan, to get the AWP on Cirque. That was dropped, and it's Ethan who's got it. Tarek's pushed all the way up, and yeah, this off angle, JKS not going to consider it. That's three times, I think it was what? One when Cirque pushed ramp room and got a pick in lobby. Once when he was outside, and now this one in the ramp room. So he's found like 3 rounds now where he's really being involved in the initial contact, which is exactly what you want out of your opper.
Yeah, it's such a relief for them, and the setup is really good, right? 1 kill, leg shot. The rifle that's up close is turned away from any potential flashbang.
And now building money up on the EG side, starting to get some cash flow behind these victories. 7,000 on Ethan, 8,000 on Tarek. The op, Cirque, 3,300 in the bank. And Stanislaw again pushed up. He hears those footsteps. He did this last time. He knows they didn't see it.
Oh, and if Cirque can cover the silo or Twinkie, then he doesn't even have to worry about looking up.
Yep.
Just focus on this. Smoke goes up. They didn't know that he did this last time, so I was still going to be a bit paranoid about it, but this is looking a lot better. Cirque pushing up past the smoke, and he does get taken down, but no one has spotted Stan. And unlike the previous round, this is no longer an MP9. This is the, oh, he gets caught. I can't believe it. That is a second away. If they don't check it, if JKS isn't there, that's going to probably be the round.
There's still a chance. There's still Ethan down below. This better be a god tier sequence from him. No one else can even be involved in the action, although Breeze could drop down vents pretty quickly. If that's possible, he's going to start dropping, but Ethan did not get enough done. It's not going to slow anything down, and Breeze is hesitating for the moment. Ethan now transitioning into the bomb site. He can delay a little bit longer.
They smoke and Molotov, and Tarek, being a real teammate, running through the fire to try and get there to help out. He does go down. They nearly line up for him. Good spray and a double, but it might not have been enough here. Breeze, I think he's going to have to get a little bit lucky. They close the door behind him, and that's the first bit of luck, I guess, not going his way. But heads up play. That door remains open. He could probably get one, maybe a second one. That would have been interesting. 13 to 8, though.
No, that was on a razor's edge. I mean, that Tarek rotation in, unfortunately, just they had the players in the position to recover the 3-on-5. They had the read, just not able to get the kills quick enough or at the right timing. That door opening really ruined Tarek's day.
Asa has got 23 kills and just 11 deaths, so he's having himself a fantastic game at the moment, which, yeah, we've seen that before from him. Don't know if he's always the top candidate.
No, but he's one of the players we started to see have more of these games, you know, around Katowice last year at the major when we started realizing that this Australian core was going to be a deadly team. Him and JKS, obviously. Jacob has been very consistent, so they've got some very cool stuff on this team, and it's good to see them challenging here on Nuke. 13-8, just a 5-round lead. 28 opponents flashed for Gratisfaction. That's actually freakishly weird.
That seems like a lot, doesn't it?
Okay, so we're getting some information. He's had that many flashbangs affect his opponents, but only one flash assist. So 28 opponents flashed, only one of them has led to a kill.
That was actually so close to Cirque hitting that ridiculous shot. People don't do that nearly enough on this version of Nuke.
I just don't think the Opper's ever really in that position to just spam that wall.
No, that's true. I mean, from both sides.
Yeah.
Flash out. Ethan just slinking around the corner. JKS, he was covering them last time and successfully so against Stanislaw. Trying to do the same against Ethan, and he'll get it one more time. That's such a nice feeling of your JKS, just knowing that, you know, that worked out again.
Well, they've been so quiet getting to the lower bomb site that Stanislaw is down there just chilling, but this is a one-and-done spot.
Yeah. Maybe not even that.
Yeah, that's if you get one. You're certainly not getting two. Tarek is now joined up with him.
Yeah, and if he smokes out the door at the right
they're not
time.
they're not going to go lower. They're going to go upper, but this might be perfect. Breeze is waiting by the vents. He could get a double kill as they fly up. Certainly, JKS, somebody would eliminate him, but if they come up this vent, it's going to be a real chance. There's the first, the second. Decent damage done. Coming up heaven is the op. He needs to pick one off, but the Molotov forces him away. And EG must go for this. It's a 3-on-3 retake.
Yeah, they need to. They're running out of rounds out here. So climbing the ladder. Tarek coming in from outside, and he needs to win the first battle against Jacob, playing at a bit of an angle. Actually, Jacob trying to see if he could take the initiative away from him. Tarek firing a couple of bullets, but he's down immediately. A 2-on-2, and now they're back for a bit more. Only flashbangs left on 100 Thieves side. Elias will spot it out, checking and seeing no one, and now they're going to play for time instead, and that might be very clever, except for the fact that there is a Molotov, and that's keeping both the players back. There's a smoke as well. What do they do? A lot of pressure suddenly put under Cirque. He's covering that, but he actually gets dinked, and they'll get the follow-up, but
they've got it.
Is there time? Yeah, I think that just might be. They had the kid on him, Stan immediately there with the defuse, and they get the round. 3-on-3, it nearly slipped out of their hands. That one Molotov was huge.
That was massive. It held them back. It forced one player to go towards Hut instead of a double peek. And each of the Evil Geniuses players could cover one entrance, and they both win their fights. That is a good recovery. Starts here. Breeze with a double kill. That transfer over is so important. And Tarek, that kill kind of looked a little bit silly, but he was obviously trying to keep the attention in that direction for a flashbang to come in. It didn't pan out the way he would have liked.
Cirque had no head armor when he got dinked through the wall, so aim punch was off the rails. Tarek gonna get tested now as they come into the ramp. He'll take down one and a good follow-up spray. That's huge. And then Cirque sneaking in a kill. So they were already ahead after what Tarek had done, but now it's looking great.
You can't even begin to say how good of a performance that was in that sequence for Tarek, because he was spotted out. They knew he was along that left wall. That was a hard clear. So to win that initial fight is massive, and to get a second one is incredible. 2-on-4, Gratisfaction and JKS to have to defend against 4 players and plenty of utility.
They need a lot more than luck to make this work, and now the Gratisfaction is going to get taken out. Ethan just cleaning it up. You don't even know where to stand on that bomb site when you have that few people left.
Yeah, if you don't have the manpower and you don't have the utility up in the windows or the doors, you don't have the safety to escape anywhere. You're just like, oh, I'll just sit out in the open.
And they did.
They did.
13-10.
The final timeout used by 100 Thieves.
They have had one T round.
Certainly this doesn't happen again.
Well, I don't know. It's kind of shaping up that way.
I know, it feels like it might.
Look at the forecast.
Listen, yesterday EG came back from 4-11 after the first half against Team Liquid to force overtime and then eventually win it. This was 3-12.
It's all shaping up that way. They have almost everything. They actually have everything lined up, including their economy.
It's weird. Like, the 100 Thieves is winning in so many of the stats in this game so far. They're 14-9 in opening duels. They have 24 multi-kill rounds in their players. EG has 17. Like, you know, they have so many things in their favor at the moment. Just, it's not converting into any wins in this T side just yet. 23 kills on Ozza still.
Just 3 more rounds. There's the explosion for the door. JKS not running immediately for the vent dive, even though we were teasing that. Oh, he's just waiting for it. There we go. The artist at work, just avoiding the grenades. Just quickly down there. Now, they're definitely going to be thinking about this. They should have someone who's at least worried about it, but let's see if they can handle it defensively. Who is going to be the person to take it upon himself to do it? All right, Tarek is looking for it, so I guess it's him.
Tarek is looking for it. Stanislaus in warehouse, but they don't actually have anyone down here except for Tarek, and this is a tense moment for Tarek coming in. If he gets eliminated, and there's so many places that JKS could be, he's their only defender.
Now the rest of the team is showing up, and they're walking. So Stanislaw, who's out in the garage, he can't even hear them to really call it in. They obviously knew about the smoke wall, but...
Oh, this is a disaster.
Yeah.
Look how exposed Tarek is. It might be a cheeky angle for someone peeking the window, but that's about it.
He is ready to fight. Kind of a beacon up on top of the radioactive material here. 35 seconds, and I don't know, he's going to be shot at from all angles. If he gets a kill, that's going to be pretty good. If he gets more than that, he's an absolute hero. Waiting for it now. Molotov into the door. That's actually buying a fair bit of time now. Backup is going to start to show up. He's still up here. I don't think he's realizing that they could be right behind him. He does go down to Lias, but that's so little time on the clock. 15 seconds now as they start to come through. JKS will get dropped, and they need a bomb plant here. 10 seconds. Grenade not going to stop that from happening, unfortunately. It's a pretty good grenade, though. And now they're starting to clean it up. Jacob with a huge double kill. Might be another round here for 100 Thieves. That's a clean headshot, but still 2-on-3, and they have still some grenades left there on the T side. Breeze trying to sneak in, wins one more fight, but they can't go for it. They don't have the health for it.
No, you back away now if you're EG. You have the AWP, you have the Krieg, you have the money as well to buy in the next round. So a nice attempt on that defense, but it is, again, it's almost like, wow, that's fair play to Tarek, who didn't actually get a kill, but the fact that he just stayed poised and alive in that scenario with all the utility coming in.
I mean, I would almost say job well done as soon as he throws the Molotov, even though that seems like such a small task, but that left 10 seconds for the bomb to go down. If there had been someone else nearby.
One accident.
Yeah, like if that HE was, if the player left there only had 7 health, then that's it. They probably could win the round. So
it's interesting seeing. Remember how Evil Geniuses started this half? They had Cirque pushing ramp room in the first gun round with the AWP. We've seen Stan push outside twice, close to the boxes 2 or 3 times. So have Ethan do it. This is one of those rounds where there was no aggression whatsoever. So yeah, Tarek was down there pretty early, but there was never any information to get a second player grouped up with him. They could have played it much more aggressive if they'd had the information. Good shot from Cirque through the smoke, but JKS was the one who really put a wrench in the defense in the previous round. So the vent dive is denied.
Yeah, not happening this time. Stanislaw was never discovered in that position out in garage, so he's going to stick around and just hold that. While the rest look like they want to try and test this ramp room. Tarek has been fantastic in here. He's got an HE grenade, but they're not making... Oh, he's just on timing alone. It lands on top of 3 people. That's a lot of damage, and he'll get to clean up one more. It's still well worth it. Flick not connecting, but yeah, 4 versus 3. And they just need to slow it down here, EG. They have the advantage right now.
Ethan just dropped into the vents. Stanislaus still hasn't budged from the warehouse. He might want to start investigating to get some movement going. Ethan, a big job to do. Smoked out at every single choke point. Bomb is going to get planted. And they'll have a retake in their hands. There's 4 kits, 2 Molotovs, a smoke, plenty of flashbangs. EG has everything they need to win this round.
Yeah, they really do, and almost nothing on 100 Thieves either. Very unlikely they can get to map point with just this. Molotov in the corner to force it out. He actually does live, but only for a second. And now it's on Azza in this corner in a 1 versus 3, and they're just firing through the box. Why not? That was just a question of having enough rifles on the other side, and it will be 14-11 instead. Good job, I guess, for 100 Thieves to even get down there after losing the ramp room fight. I guess not really losing it, but being sort of traded there. And a man down at the end.
I think plants for 100 Thieves are going to be so valuable down the stretch. The extra $800 they can keep buying, maximize the amount of chances they have to actually close out this game. Because if they don't, if 100 Thieves doesn't win this round, EG is going to start having this comeback right down the stretch, right at the end. Just 3 rounds back. 19 kills on Tarek, 19 kills on Cirque. They've been delivering. And this time, Stanislaw. Deep nades behind Jacob. A lot of damage done from those 2 nades.
Yeah, that's got to be annoying. And they're not even out there anymore. Question is, how much energy and time do 100 Thieves spend now looking around this yard area? When you get naded that deep, might be another extra 10 seconds for you to worry about.
They've done a good job of doing this, of getting 3-4 players towards secret, and JKS just watching for some kind of cheeky lurk play. He's had a couple kills. Stanislaw's already downstairs this round. Cirque outside with an op looking for someone to push towards Heaven, someone to push towards Mini. It's not going to happen.
Look at how far up Tarek is. So they know no one is at least outside, and they kind of know that no one is pushing towards ramp.
Again, all the pressure on Stanislaw on this defense to at least get a spot, to at least not die. And he's pretty committed with that peek. He gets an immediate dink. Molotov can slow him down, but he's calling it out at the moment. They can transition into the vents if they choose to, so Breeze has to be careful. He's put on notice, and now Tarek rotates down ramp.
Look at the clock, though. 35 seconds. And they can't really easily go up the vent. I mean, that's always going to be a huge risk. And if they keep going here, they've been spotted already. They're low on time. One more grenade could absolutely shut it down. Tarek making a little bit of noise dropping down, but there's a huge crossfire being set up here, and now more grenades raining in towards that window room. Azza, he wants to burst open that door and try and see if he get the early kill. Tarek looking the other way, and he's going to get shot at the back. Surely there's the trade coming in. 11 seconds, and the bomb only now picked up. Can they actually do it?
No.
No one's picked it up. 6 seconds left, and yeah, not going to be a bomb plant here. Almost like he could have shot Ethan through the wall there, but not going to get the chance. It will be another round here for EG. Nice triple.
That's crushing, though, because 100 Thieves did a phenomenal job of breaking up that 2-man play in the bomb site. Tarek and Stanislaw combined for, what, 1 kill? That was it.
Yeah.
I thought they would be much more effective. Just not enough time to deal with this. They ran it down very low. And Evil Genius is able to just apply pressure, not even get all the kills, just the pressure that forced 100 Thieves away from the objective.
That triple for Ethan is actually nuts, because he was solo on health when he got that final fight. If he'd gone down, that was it. 14-12 though. Money again. The lack of the bomb plant. Keep coming back to it now. It's robbing them at least of a couple of rifle rounds here. And it's so close now. 14-12. They can start to feel the pressure all of a sudden.
This has got to be so stressful. Same thing on the previous map. This will be a series that they look back on. If they can't win this, that they'll be absolutely gutted. They didn't convert either of these maps into a victory. 10-5 in the first half of Inferno. 12-3 the first half here on Nuke.
Yeah, that'll give you that, well, what will it take then kind of feeling. You know, how much do we have to win in the first half for actually a map to be going our way? Tarek, still a good job. Damage and not going down. That's pretty much what you want playing that ramp room.
And I like the discipline between him and Cirque. Tarek just to fall down to the lower bomb site, and Cirque not to try and press the issue and be over-aggressive with your AWP. Tarek looking for some kind of a gap in the smoke. It's him and Breeze downstairs. That's it. The rest of EG sure to follow as the plant goes down.
Oh, Tarek somehow gets beat over at the window by the Deagle. Stan trying to get the flank in, and Cirque jumping down, and there's a whole army waiting for him. 4 versus 2 now. And if they could just keep it cool here, 100 Thieves, and not give them any easy challenges, then they might have that 15th round. There's Breeze dropping next, and nothing Ethan could do about this. Wow, out of all the rounds where they've been close, It's a round with a Krieg and some pistols.
Look at the money.
Yeah.
Look at the money on EG. They've got absolutely nothing. This is a kick in the balls. I don't know how you recover from this. Is EG played that perfectly. They just missed kills. That's just multiple fails.
And it speaks to how close they've been, 100 Thieves, for many of the rounds here. That they've brought the economy so low that they could actually win the map. They just kept the pressure on round after round.
It's freeze time where that stomach ache starts kicking in.
Yeah, it's rough.
You're like, oh, that one wasn't too bad. It'll be fine. Then you just can't stand.
And then it all happens.
World crumbles around you. It starts to get dark. All right, 12-15, a phenomenal comeback for EG, and they stumble right at the end. 1 M4, 1 FAMAS, and upgraded pistols is what they have to fight with. And I'm pretty sure Jacob spotted Stanislaw.
He was certainly thinking about it. And
He was spamming it maybe just as an estimation, but I thought he would have caught a shoulder.
regardless, right? Stanislaw's been playing out here like 2 or 3 times at least, so they're going to be paranoid no matter what. See if he could sneak in a kill with the Deagle. No one presenting themselves yet. Smoke wall goes up. He's hoping, but no success. Again, they're leaving JKS behind.
And again, they've been able, I mean, just it's pretty similar to, I guess, EG, I don't know.
Rinse and repeat?
Yeah, they're just getting access to this bomb site pretty much whenever they want it, and they haven't really encountered a whole lot of resistance around these corners. EG has been fighting at this staircase, but it's been passive. Now they at least have a crossfire set up, but it's a FAMAS and a Deagle. And Cirque might be forced forward because of the Molotov he is. So they eliminate the crossfire in more ways than one. Quick headshots from Jacob. Looks like 100 Thieves have done it. Looks like they've forced that third map.
Yes, very, very impressive. You could see EG are such a tough opponent once they get going, but they look like they found a way. Tarek down here, about to get flanked once again. Wants to find just anywhere to stand on the bomb side, but it's not going to be possible. Jacob, third kill of the round here for the Norwegian player, leaving Ethan and Breeze locked out on the ramp. Yeah, this is very impressive. They were in a lot of trouble here for the second half, and somehow they didn't panic. They kept their cool, and it's looking fantastic. Ethan gets a kill, but should be no way here for Breeze. He's low on health. He's got almost no grenades to work with. JKS, yeah, he's just going to have to go hold it down. Should be no trouble. 16-12 as 100 Thieves find a third map and are not sent home yet.
No, but that was sketchy. They're going to be fine with it, right? You breathe easy, you can start to forget about that, but it was not a pretty half. 100 Thieves, they played a better game overall. It was actually very scary that EG might have just stole that away from them because 100 Thieves was the better team on Nuke.
I mean, yeah, it looked like that, and they obviously they managed to do so much damage towards the end of this second half that all it took was that one win, and they managed to knock them out. So well played.
Dust 2 is the third map, Anders.
Ooh, I can't wait.
That's going to be spicy. We're headed to a break, and then we'll be right back with that final and concluding map.
I fell apart when I saw you look at me that way. It broke my heart to see. It was a moment of darkness, a moment in time that I regret for being so heartless. It was a moment of darkness. I fell apart when I saw you look at me that way. It broke my heart to see. It's too hard, it don't come easy. I went dark, I lost it right away. And when it starts, God knows what I'll say. In my head, I had good just what we can do. But here we are, showing them, making them wish they were you. We've heard the most when it comes to this.
Our mindset going to New York was to win it. Even though we had a lot of changes going on in the backgrounds with switching organizations, we still had our eye on the trophy, and that's what we went there to achieve. When we kept on winning, we just grew in confidence with each victory. Beating the likes of Astralis and every other team that we beat there was just magnificent for our confidence, and we felt like when we play our best, we can beat anybody, so it's a really surreal feeling. One of the most special moments in all of our careers, especially it being the first tournament under our new brand, EG, and it was just so special to do it on home soil. We realized that we have a very high skill ceiling and potential, and we just wanted to win every single tournament that we attended. I don't necessarily think that we became overconfident just yet because it was just our first tournament win together. I'm sure that it just gave us a lot more confidence moving forward. We definitely slowed down a bit. I think we just had a lack of time to practice and innovate new things. Teams could figure us out. We were going from tournament to tournament with the same exact strat book and playbook, and it was hard to adapt on the fly as we normally could. We were also burnt out. We were traveling a lot, very long distances from China back all the way to North America, and we did that twice within a month, and it was just very exhausting. We've definitely learned our lessons from that, and this year is going to be hopefully a lot different.
Twice in 1 month, he says. But in this notion, it could be twice in one series that he takes an L. We're taking a look now at what is the 100 Thieves going toe-to-toe, back and forth with the Evil Geniuses. Now we have a third map on our hands, that of Dust 2, to decide this whole series. But first of all, boys, and more importantly, Jacob, what is it?
I said they would die after this first map. You know, I said that
That was
100 Thieves would lose Nuke. I didn't think they could bounce back. I was genuinely surprised by the fortitude coming out of them. That CT side that was very well played. We saw Evil Geniuses yesterday. That T side against Team Liquid wasn't necessarily good either, and today was even worse, I feel, against the 100 Thieves. So they definitely didn't fix those mistakes from yesterday. The CT side wasn't bad from EG, but I think 100 Thieves did enough in order to close out the game, and they were by far, I would say, the better team here in Nuke. And again, Trace, as you pointed out at the beginning of the show, these teams just can't seem to win their own map picks, can they?
It's a strange sort of statistic that someone somewhere wrote up, and obviously there was some jumbled English there. But
yeah, it is a confusing state. I mean, the fact is, I agree with you. When you're EG and you pick Nuke, that is a map that you have played a lot and a lot and a lot. You cannot afford just 3 rounds on the T side. Okay, let's accept that fact and move on to the second half. There was this weird simulation of universe where you only play B retake. That's what happened basically. At 100 Thieves, they always could make their way to the B bomb side, and then it was, oh, we can retake once, we can retake twice, 3 times, 4 times, but at the end it was always gonna crack. And I think the main reason for that goes back to the beginning of that half where they tried to punish them outside. Stanislaw tried to sneak in the smoke twice, and JKS, and this is probably the preparation that comes in, JKS was waiting 1 step behind his troops and just punishing Stanislaw twice. So they just forgot about that. They accepted that secret would be 100 Thieves' possession, and then they played the retakes.
We pointed out twice on the telestrator right there that we had to look out for Stanislaw being aggressive towards Yard, and we had to look out for Tarek. Now Tarek did a good job towards Ramp. He actually held it down as good as he could. He was staying alive and got some kills when needed to be. Stanislaw, as you said, he was struggling big time on Yard. He didn't get any impact in the beginning of that first half with the buy rounds at the very least. JKS got him in his pocket, and that was partly a big part of the reason why Evil Geniuses wasn't able to keep it up.
And Maniac and both Jacob, I look at this and I see numbers all over the place. Obviously, this changes everything because the implications are pretty serious. I mean, we're talking about dropping it out of Katowice right here, right now, pending the outcome of this third map.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, everything is on the line, and keep in mind, whoever wins that game has another one coming later today to beat Spottek. So that's a long road.
Against Mousesports.
Against Mousesports. So that is not something you want to wish. But I just want to point a name here. It's Azar. Azar had his best performance in the past 3 months, statistically speaking. He's been missing with that team, but now he really held the fort on that CT side. And if he can maintain that to Dust 2, that would put them in a good position.
Yes, you said Dust 2, and that is actually what I was looking for. We're going to be going into that third map after this break. We're going to be deciding who stays alive here in Katowice and who is going home. So make sure you don't go anywhere. Don't adjust any sort of resolutions or dials. We will be right back.
I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world, I want to conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top
Let's get Australia in the arena.
Damage, but a second by the Cherry. Proland, he'll find 3 in total. That is something.
He wasn't a classic nerdy computer kid in school. He was one of the ones to get a girlfriend first and a very social person.
Typical for Finn is that he is very determined.
Ist egal, ob es jetzt beim Kartenspielen ist oder beim Tischtennis oder beim Computer, er gibt nicht auf.
What he really wants is to win a major. It's his dream, and therefore it's also my dream for him to get that.
Keep telling us what we can do, but here we are, showing them, making them wish they were you. We've heard the most when it comes to this, yeah, every shade of blue, but don't even care what they all say. They think we're out of control, yeah, truth be told, we know it, it's just the way we live, we own it. Cause that we love the thrill, we know it. It's just the way we live. We're grown-up kids. We love the thrill. They're looking at
feel on top of the world. I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world. I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world. I want to conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world. I feel on top of the world right now. I call the shots in the man with the plot and we only go bombs away. Ain't no one protecting my mind as a weapon, that's why I'm a dominate. Taking advantage of every second, now I ain't got time to waste. They all tryna sign my name, they want me to sign my name. Counting your blessing while I count that in my winnings. We take 50s and 100s and throw them up to the ceiling. Everything I envision, now everybody gon' witness. Only difference between us is I ain't stopped till I finish. Yeah. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world, I wanna conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. Savage, you've been distracted, your best my average, there's a reason for that's a fact, so they snapping back, man.
Intel Extreme Masters is brought to you in part by Intel, Acer Predator, Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, Vodafone, and Euronics.
The winner of this matchup will have a date with the Mouse Sports in the Group B lower bracket final. At the end of the day, of course, 7 p.m. our time. But for the time being, we need to start taking a deeper dive in what is the third and final map of this series. Dust 2, brought to you by Tampa Maniac.
Now, we have always seen EG play Dust 2 in this tournament. That was against Mad Lions, and that didn't go too well for them. They didn't have a strong game in that one. They actually ended up losing it. Now, to prepare you guys for it, what you're going to see here is the CT side set up for Evil Geniuses. We have Ethan playing towards the B-bomb side. We have Stanislaw being the rotator down here towards middle. We have Tarek being the rotator on A-bomb side. Then you have Cirque playing the AWP towards long, and Breeze holding long. Now, Maniac, initially speaking, this is a strong setup, but why didn't it work out for them against Mad Lions?
Yeah, so here's the thing for you at home, right? And this applies to every Dust 2 that you're ever going to see. The main role for me, the key role, is Tarek. This is the one you're looking for because he's going to be the one moving around the map depending on what kind of attack they expect. For example, if they think it's going to be a B split, Tarek could stay in the CT base. This is going to happen. He's going to be ready for that B split. Maybe if they expect an A hit, you can find him Goose. Maybe he's going to be with Breeze helping him long. Tarek's positioning is going to be the key to EG's defense, and this is what I want you guys to keep an eye on.
We will keep an eye on it. Guys, we need to jump back into the server and have to ask you to get back over here on the desk so we can get the game
Without
started.
the dancing dude.
I'll always do a little something.
Yeah?
Start the gig.
You got a little something prepared for us after this map?
Maybe after.
Okay, perhaps the outcome will make Maniac dance. Or if you have any dance suggestions, go ahead and use hashtag at IEM. Let him know what he needs to be doing. Talking about dances, we're going to do this one more time. We have Dust 2 right here to kind of settle the score, to kind of settle the slate, and ultimately send one of these teams packing. Who's it going to be?
I'm very much afraid on the behalf of EG right now. I didn't think they were looking good on Nuke, and I didn't think they were looking good when they played Mad Lions and Dust 2 previously in the tournament. So I think the 100 Thieves actually has a decent chance here of making the upset.
Right.
I know I counted them out after Nuke. EG should have won that in my understanding, but right now EG is not playing up to the level you'd expect them to, and I think the 100 Thieves, they're getting better and better game by game. So you know what? I'm going to drop the bomb here. The 100 Thieves, they're going to win this one.
Okay, I can see that. I mean, we have seen 100 Thieves on Dust 2 against G2. That was absolutely terrible. But then again, this is over. This is not the same 100 Thieves now. They have bounced back. They had a good nuke. That being said, I'm going to give the advantage to EG. I think if they want to be the team that they want to be, then they need to bounce back and get that third.
Well, if there's one thing I do know, it's that if Chad Burchill is in the building, then his spirit does kind of help to elevate that of the 100 Thieves. And perhaps this is when they need him the most. More importantly, we need to jump into the game. We need to get this one started because we need to know who's going home after this. We do have 100 Thieves taking on the Evil Geniuses, and we are ready to do it on Dust 2 with Jason and Anders.
Dust 2 coming up. Final map to decide this one. Someone's going home, and it's either 100 Thieves or Evil Geniuses. And it's actually not that clear who right now. They've both been playing decent games. I mean, EG, when they get rolling, they look so terrifying. 100 Thieves, though, they were starting to rediscover themselves a little bit, so that could get really interesting.
Here's your mid to B smoke. That's going to go towards spawn. Gratisfaction is going to be pushed back off Catwalk. Pop Flash out mid. One player on Catwalk is going to delay any kind of jump down. Oh, and they're blind. They're committed outside of the B bomb site, but they've won both fights. That's massive. Oh, Jacob forced away by a Goosh. And Stanislaw is going to have a big role to play. Actually, I imagine they're going to step up the retake right now.
Yeah,
right now, knowing he's in mid.
They want to go before he even got there, but they're backing up. They still have the bomb out here. And just like that, it's a 3-on-3, and they're starting to run back. Wanted to catch the bomb there, as that would have been a big pickoff. And Cirque, he's taking the scenic route all the way through T-spawn, which he's going to be much delayed. Jacob has checked all the way in the back of the B-bomb site, has found no one, so he's far away. This is a mad round.
Well, the plant is set up for Cirque. He's got the P250, and he's going to try and get into pit, but he's only got 1 health.
You know what? That's exactly 1 more than you need. So let's just find out how this goes. Stanislaw trying to do some damage, trying to transfer over the Glock. He's almost out of bullets. 1 left, and actually Turk will snipe away at Lias. And now it's Jacob versus the P250 here. And he is such a small target. Without a scope or anything down here, what could Jacob do? He's trying to look for it, Cirque. Not quite guessing it. And Jacob, he's a second away. And Cirque, oh, he can't get the shot. Jacob will get the defuse instead. And 100 Thieves will win. One of the most chaotic pistol rounds I've seen in a while.
How frustrating is that? Cirque hit him. Cirque hit him once with the P250. It didn't do enough damage at that distance and could never connect with another bullet again. That's going to be crushing. 1-0.
They had a theory.
Yeah, they did. They even made the correct mid-round call to rotate back to the A bomb site to avoid that early retake.
That was a series of really cool calls on both teams. I love 100 Thieves saying, let's retake, just like you said.
Yeah, Stanislaw's in mid. We have a 4-on-2. Let's go.
Exactly. The math is so good on that. And then EG snipe 1 to make it 3-on-3, and they say, well, we don't commit the bomb. Let's just fall back. That's some beautiful Counter-Strike on the calling side.
Well, here we go. This is a massive round. Look at what's picked up. EG have a very strong buy. 3 Kriegs surrounded by 2 Deagles and 2 sets of full utility.
Yeah, that's going to be powerful, isn't it?
Especially because look at all the space that's given up on Catwalk. Turn this corner once you start attacking the bomb site. Gratisfaction is defending with an SMG. Ozzo's at long with an SMG. Liaz at long with the FAMAS. You've got a lot of advantages there.
Grenade much too early. Yeah, they don't know much. JKS looks like he wants to move into Upper Dark, but now it's probably not going to be in time, even if he actually went for it. 45 seconds. Smoke goes up. And Gratisfaction, that's potentially a better position with the SMG than actually being at the ramp. He goes out a bit too early, though, and 4 people were waiting on 5, in fact. And now it's just a full-on war here at the A-bomb side. Azza trying to stay out of the fire, but I can't believe he hit that headshot. And the grenade to follow it up. How are they defending this so well? 100 Thieves now down to a 1-on-2, but that's only because Cirque and Ethan managed to turn this around. They were losing this round, and now they might actually end up winning it. Jacob trying to see if he can hunt someone down, but falling back towards CT spawn is Ethan. Beautiful headshot here from Jacob. He's so low on health, and the jump probably should have killed him already. Now he knows where he is at least. He's got a kit. He could maybe go for it. There's a chance for Ethan to go for the jump shot. Smooth flashbang just to buy a little bit of time, and he taps the bomb. Ethan doesn't really believe it. He hasn't even jumped yet, but if he jumps now, he's going to get shot in the back, and there it is. Jacob, that is so sneaky. And with the kit, he's going to have enough time for the defuse. Second defuse here for him.
What a nice pre-fire onto Cirque at the railing. That is perfect as he swings off Catwalk. 2 clutches now for Jacob. He did the pistol round and just now this 1 versus 2, and they survive a scare. That one is frustrating, but EG, no time to be pissed off. They're going to buy right back up into this. Galil's on board. Another Krieg is picked up because of the plant, so they're keeping the pressure on this defense. And you ask, like, how does 100 Thieves really even battle back against that kind of a buy with the Kriegs against the SMGs? Same strike that they've relied upon for the last year. Fundamentally, extremely sound this 100 Thieves lineup is. Great with utility, great with nades, and that allowed them to soften it up for the SMGs.
Well, this is how Nuke got started. Evil Genius is constantly getting it into a close 2v2, 1v1. They use that to say, well, let's keep forcing, let's keep going. You know, we have the money, and we know their economy is going to be low. And they ended up losing that battle to 100 Thieves, which set them off on a bit of a spiral. Don't know if that's going to happen quite here yet. So down in pit, they've just put him in there with the 1 Creed that they have. So hoping for a long-range fight. Going to be putting some pressure here on the Catwalk, and actually Gratisfaction, I can't believe the fire is not burning him yet. He's going to stick around. That's such a narrow gap. Now finally there's a little bit of damage, and Tarek, well, he finds him as he's trying to make a run for it. Liaz, that's a beautiful headshot.
Oh, there's 1 player at long though, so Liaz has to give it up, and they might just decide to save this at a certain point. bomb's going to get planted. And it's a flank up catwalk. But if they don't win some of these initial fights, this is going to be a difficult retake to make happen. They've got 2 kits. They don't have a smoke, though, for the bomb, which is planted for the player at long. That's Cirque again with the Krieg.
They can force Stan out with the Molotov, though. They could bank it off that wall. Yeah, it's... Oh, actually, they're going to throw it deep instead. So forcing out Ethan instead, that's not bad. He goes for the fight right away, and a successful victory for him. Just the headshot should be quite enough, because Lias is low. Jacob is tagged up as well. Oh, now it's Cirque left. Long ones again, but this time it's not a P250. And the Krieg is so much better at this job. Jacob, he wanted to go for a 3rd defuse, but that's going to be denied. And Cirque probably happy for some sweet revenge.
Yeah, fair play. They almost got it. That is a nice retake, but even better job from Cirque. And this time, you're exactly right. Not the P250. Even the Krieg, though, seemed a bit sketchy tapping away on that 2nd kill. I thought I was about to see Cirque stand up and throw his monitor across the room.
The worst feeling, surely, is when you do that with the AWP and you somehow miss a shot. And
that reload takes so long, pulling the bolt action back.
Just feels like it's forever, doesn't it?
This right here, he had to be getting so tilted after like 4 of those shots. He's like, I swear to God, if I don't get this kill.
Flipping the whole table.
Yeah, ooh, he leads the way out. Good save from Tarek. Takes 48 damage from the Molotov, but you'll take that all day long. All day.
Second time they go long. I think last time it was Breeze leading the charge. But I just want to bring you back to my theory.
Okay.
Every time you want that long, save that for later. Just gotta ease people into it.
Yeah, every time you go long, if you have that smoke at the corner.
Yeah, like if you want to commit to it,
yeah,
you can have that. So that's so far twice they've tried to do it. It hasn't, like, the defense hasn't. That's not the point. I think it's just very, very hard to hold on the CT side, and it's almost never worth it for people to commit to holding it. So let's just see how many times they actually go for it and just get it. Krieg and a scout and some pistols. Nice attempt to try and sneak through there. You know, could have found someone, could have found the right timing. Good headshot.
Hello, go get that. Go get you an AK-47. Nice thing now is, I mean, they don't even have to, they can save all these weapons. If JKS doesn't get anything done, and he's only got the deagle, if he doesn't get lucky with a shot through, and that's a great nade. Tarek almost goes down, he has the timing. Now you go for it. Now you're all in. Jacob even has a kit. Oz's picked up that AK-47, so they're gonna have pressure from Catwalk. They're gonna have 2 coming from CT spawn. This is about as promising as you could get if you're 100 Thieves.
They're going to go for the boost, but it's already been watched for by 2 people, I think. There's the shot, though, as Stanislaw goes down and leaves Cirque. He's still down there with that Krieg. Once again, they take out Breeze. Can they win it? Cirque, he's lost this a couple of times. Now is his chance to see if he could do it. Instant headshot, and yeah, the Krieg, that is his weapon of choice from this position. He saves it again, so Jacob with a couple of defuses now. Cirque is back, guarding that bomb.
Might have a new nickname, Cirque. He's the insurance policy. Just sitting in pit. No matter what happens, he's ready to go. The rest of his team just taking HP, taking utility, taking resources away from 100 Thieves during the retake, and Cirque gets all the glory.
Yeah, just very well played. 8-1.
3 out of the 4 rounds that we played so far have ended up with Cirque trying to clutch from the pit. P250 and pistol round, now 2 rounds in a row with the Krieg.
And if they don't find an answer for it, then
well, the difference is going to be
when they have smokes.
Yeah, because at the moment we're having this grinding battle of like it's an economic battle that we're really playing if you get to it at a deeper level. And 100 Thieves just hasn't had the economy to have, you know, a smoke and a Molotov and a nade on every single player. When we start getting that losing bonus build up, or when they start having full buys, they'll have a smoke for that. And it's going to be much more difficult for Cirque to just sit back there and be able to take pop shots the way he is.
Yeah, it's worked out real well, at least for a couple of rounds. Now, Stack and B, they don't want to wait around. They decide to go looking for the action instead.
It's no flashbang, though.
No, they're just playing on contact, aren't they?
Yeah, it would be nice if Liaz just had one. Breeze is going to get a chance to stat pad. He sees one at Catwalk. He knows they're going to start pushing it. Oh, he's forced into a really shallow angle. Cirque, ooh, this is bold. Going to try and recover, but he doesn't get the complete kill. No real danger, not only of losing the round, but even just losing any more weapons. Cirque can just fall back to pit. He can have a teammate join up with him, and there's really no access to the bomb site, and 100 Thieves surely won't try and chase him down. So it's going to be a 3rd round for EG.
Yeah, Ethan, well aware that someone could be there. But as you pointed out, they don't actually have to try and escape. They could just fall back and play it a little bit safer. So maybe not the most eventful round. See what 100 Thieves do. I'm curious about Gratisfaction and that AWP. I like seeing it, haven't seen it nearly enough just to be a good map for it. I'm assuming they can, oh yeah, they could kind of, he wouldn't have armor, so not as rich as maybe you would have hoped for. And is he even going to try it? That's the question. Yeah, he will. Doesn't care about the armor.
I like that.
Yeah, I like it
for
too.
Now the danger is if that gets taken away, you have a free AWP for Cirque on the other side of the map.
It's actually only head armor on one person, which means that Galil on Stanislaw is a pretty good weapon all of a sudden.
Gonna be decent enough, and they're already flashed off the angle. Now the good news is they called off the defense very quickly towards that long corner. Especially without armor on Gratisfaction, they just say, screw it, let's not even mess with it. 2 players pushing into Upper Dark. They're about to cut this map, or at least take a third off. Oh my god.
Good night. They're pushing out of Upper Dark, but as you said, you know, like that's just they've lost that A bomb site already. How did they do much of anything here? They need kills through the smokes, something.
Gratisfaction is 0-4 in his opening duels.
They're JKS, they didn't even know where to look right now. JKS is running away. All the way in the B bomb side. Jacob stationed outside, but...
And that's kind of the scenario I just mentioned. Free op for Cirque in this round. It's in the A bomb site. They can't recover it. The Galil is going to have a Krieg passed over and traded, so all good for EG.
The mission so far seems to be put Cirque in that pit. And then the rest will just solve itself, apparently. Whether it's at the end of the round or the beginning of the round. And with the AWP, I don't know. Maybe just keep him with the Krieg. It's been good.
Yeah, but he's a different beast altogether with that ult.
Yeah, hard to deny, isn't it? So they get to save the rifles. 100 Thieves at least get to save the M4s, and that is something. But they're struggling.
Yeah.
They have 2 rounds. Jacob is 7-1-1. So they've got him to do at least something.
He's the only one who's really given them a whole lot, winning the pistol, winning the next clutch as well. But this is, yeah, this is going to start getting pretty stressful. 100 Thieves getting just beaten up now that the Kriegs are out on the playing field. 3 players into Upper Dark for EG, setting up in a default. 1 just watching for long pushes. That's going to be Stanislaw. Cirque with the AWP heading over towards the B bomb site where the bomb is as well. So they could do a contact play in B. They could do a mid to B split. I think Stanislaw at the moment looks like he wants to set up Tarek to head out mid. Perhaps after they clear Catwalk, but at the moment EG lining up to be the end game is the B bomb site.
Yeah. Clearing this out, making sure they don't get flanked quickly. Azur's in a pretty cool position. He knows that smoke is coming, and he's just setting up to look over it. So that's some heads-up play. If he gets this early kill, that would be something. But it actually goes just wide enough that he can't see anything through it. And Stan is snuck through. He's the only one in this mid-hit that's coming from that direction. A flashbang and a godlike flashbang coming in. Jacob can't see anything either. And that is Cirque just flashing everyone and Stanislaw cleaning it up. That's so perfect.
I feel like that's just so well drilled. The fact that the flashbang pops as soon as they're coming out of the smoke as well means the defenders have to be staring at the flashbang, and now that's through a smoke.
And it's Gratisfaction as well.
Oh, I feel bad. But it's funny. Gratisfaction having a very difficult time on this map. 0-7. EG just hitting their stride with these Kriegs. Aza not going to be able to survive this engagement. Have to imagine there's going to be a timeout coming soon.
Quad kill for Stanislaw. That's shot on Gratisfaction. What do you even do at that point? You just like, why? Why is that happening? He was so far away. 5-2-2 though. Money is looking very good for EG. Gratisfaction will pick up an AWP once again.
No armor.
No armor.
Although it doesn't really matter against, you know, AK, Krieg, AWP.
Yeah.
Matters a little bit.
So, yeah, very narrow set of circumstances where it could have the biggest impact. But the way things going for him, he might end up in that scenario. Holding back B plat and gets grenaded.
I hope they didn't put the Stanislaw kill. Oh, they did. Of course, it's not even scoped in.
He does he just looks back like, what?
5-2. 3-round lead for EG.
Cirque with the AWP down the middle. And no signal which to fire, so they're gonna go quick catwalk though. Sometimes you can catch people off guard there, which is interesting. It can beat that internal timing if they're a little slow to boost or if they're just running around the long way. Now they're setting up early. I think, yeah, they're boosting. I think in case someone comes there for catwalk a little bit late, then you're not going to be expecting to be shot from this angle.
And I like this too because they've gotten to that angle so quickly. They actually could have stayed there longer if they wanted to. But with the way they dropped down Suicide and ran all the way up catwalk, they got cat control with just 2 flashbangs in middle, and they turned that corner at a minute and a half.
At another point when we have more time, we're going to have to talk about how Stan took middle by sneaking through the smokes all the way up to the B-bomb side, because that was cool.
Yeah.
Not the traditional way.
It was quite nice. Ooh, missed shot. Gratisfaction just flicked to... I can't believe Breeze is actually swinging out the challenge after that. Making the educated risk that it would just be Gratisfaction. Azza still at the railing, so he almost could have paid for that risk. And this is just everyone on catwalk. Group up.
Look at the lack of grenades on 100 Thieves, though. That AWP is very valuable in this position, but if something goes wrong here, then they can't really defend it with grenades. They can't buy a lot of time. 30 seconds on the clock now. And Gratisfaction, he's got an opening. One flashbang will push him back. The Molotov's landing right on top of him. Azza with amazing spray gets a double. And now Gratisfaction is the time to make that AWP work. He's going to miss one shot here. They're getting much closer every single time he misses. A grenade on top, and the AWP goes down. It's still a 2-on-2, though. And JKS trying to sneak in. Is he going to go for one of these jumps? He's not doing it right now. 9 seconds, and he doesn't look the right way. Bomb goes down. Tarek with the triple, and Jacob getting shot in the legs, and a quad kill for Tarek at the end of it.
This team is just unrelenting at the moment. That is just non-stop pressing forward to the A-bomb site. All 5 players, you're able to trade. You got to say, Gratisfaction missed a couple shots that you just can't miss at this point in the game. Now 0-8 with the AWP.
And that is, I mean, it must be... It's always frustrating if you're the AWP player and you're not feeling it. But in the 3rd map, we're about to be eliminated from...
It's even more stressful.
Yeah.
Even more frustrating.
You feel the weight on that every single time. And he had some openings there. I mean, the grenades, the flashbang is great. That definitely puts him a little bit out of his comfort zone, but... Now they have an MP9 and some random pistols. No dualies. Jason.
I don't know. That's probably why they're losing.
It's very doubtful, isn't it? In fact, I wanted to say that might be the only way they could lose more at this point in time.
It's to invest in the dualies. Oh, no. Well, they could certainly start using some success early on in these rounds. They've only had 2 of these 8 rounds. Have they found the first kill? And again, matches the scoreline. Here's a stack in middle. The flashbang didn't work as much as they probably would have liked, but it's netted them 2 kills. There's the dualies. Cirque's got him, and we know he's a beast. He's already got 1 kill. Add another one onto it. 2 on 1, but Jacob's got 10 HP. And at this point, yeah, I like this from Jacob. You're going to go for this. You bail out of the fight, and you at least see if you can get a little bit lucky with timing.
Might have also been worried about an HE or something landing there. So.
Or he saw the dualies and he just ran.
Yeah, that's probably it. See, this is being guarded. Ethan was looking just here. So, yeah, they have a very, very good idea. I think Jacob's dead no matter what. Standing up is Ethan. Even if he got the kill on Cirque, it would not have mattered. So, dangerous position. Nice try for 100 Thieves. I thought that was actually well timed.
Yeah, that was one of the more promising rounds we've seen out of them.
Here we go. Gratisfaction, AWP, and Armor this time for the first time. Now he has to land shots. A lot of them right now. I don't know if we can put all of it on him, but some of these rounds, would just be a helpful hand.
You certainly can't put it all on him, but you're exactly right. You could use the assistance at this point.
Not a long take.
A long take. And, well, this has happened throughout. I mean, 100 Thieves, as soon as they feel that pressure out long, as soon as they see the utility, they're just backing off.
And I'm not even disputing. I think that's a reasonable choice to be making. But it does, again, leave you with this problem of suddenly missing at least part of the map.
I wonder if they know Gratisfaction is over at car. Flashbang for his peak. He's going to see absolutely nothing. Tarek is forced to the bottom of pit. Ooh, there's the shot. Now they know. Now they can throw the Molotov, but Gratisfaction does have a smoke to cancel it out if need be.
That looked like it almost did not connect. Looking for the shot down in that pit. Azza getting dropped, and Cirque actually burning alive. That's a little bit strange. Now a 4-on-4. Ethan, I think in the middle of all of that debris from the grenade, he just couldn't see anything. A follow-up grenade, but I can't believe it. That bounced, and Derek, he got a fiery death on top of it. Now a 2 versus 4. And Neymar have found a way in what is honestly a very confusing round.
Yeah, they got stalled out at long and obviously trying to set up a slow-paced pinch-up catwalk, but a very good hold. You're exactly right. The peak of Liaz with the HE grenade was really tough to handle. Up towards catwalk. Breeze, I think he's going to try and, I don't know, I thought he was going to try and fake it. Get a kill at the A bomb site, maybe weaken B, allow Stanislaw to have a one-on-one there, but the Op and Gratisfaction, it's already had its first kill of the game. He's got a second now. He's doubled it up. 7-3 as 100 Thieves finally put another round on the board.
For a minute, it felt like they got so tunnel visioned on taking down Gratisfaction over by the car that they sort of spent the majority of the round throwing grenades or trying to snipe away at him. They threw that second Molotov that just,
didn't work.
Failed, and then
gave him a lot of time to set up pop flashes with his teammates so he could retake the angle.
So not ideal.
No, it's certainly a different style than the overwhelming aggression we've seen recently. Now, this would be interesting. If they had just called for a contact play at the B bomb site, you could see 100 Thieves. They need to get someone back to B, and they need to do it quickly because this is not going to be held off for very long. EG realize they don't have map control.
Yeah, they do. Stan sneaking for the smoke in the middle. Nice catch. They're already soft from that grenade. JK has done so much damage in this round, and Jacob will close it out. That early grenade actually landed on 2 of them, and then the rifle to do the rest. 4 rounds for 100 Thieves. Started to build their way back, and I actually think this is such a huge change for them that they've just picked up these 2 rounds here after losing 7 in a row. I don't think 4 is quite enough for a first half score here on Dust 2, but it's not that far away from being at least viable.
The nice thing about those 2 wins they had in a row, 4 players survive in each one. So the money, I mean, look at it, it's healthy. For the first time this whole half, Gratisfaction 5,000. Almost 4,000 on JKS, and once again, that long smoke at the corner, the flashbangs, 100 Thieves just want to give it up. They don't want to turn that corner. They don't want to go for that battle. And as you've mentioned a couple times, can't really blame them. This is deja vu to the last round.
Yeah, but the other side of my constant talking about this long thing is, what do the T's actually do when they're here? In theory, yeah, you push them back, you get the map control, you make them nervous about it, but more often than not, it doesn't seem like the plan is that clear when it actually comes down to it. Take the previous round as an example, where they end up fighting that car for a long time.
Yeah.
Now look at 100 Thieves. They're actually going to go and retake long. If they do that against Breeze and shut him down without losing anyone, they can refocus all of this, and that's a nice pick-off from Gratisfaction. Really cool.
I don't think it matters, actually, that they just lost him because the A bomb site is being taken. Gratisfaction, though, oh, we almost hit that second one. And now this is all working out perfectly. Azza's come back. They all challenge, and there's a line that Evil Geniuses just can't cross. It's a magic line.
Yeah, apparently so. Those headshots happen so quickly. That's where you just open up the scoreboard and report the guy immediately. Like, that can't be real.
Definitely cheating.
Yeah. That's so quick. Wow. Burst firing away. 7-5. Another round now for the defensive side. Starting to look way better, and the EG economy is actually destroyed. Now they just have to not die to pistols, and they'll be fine.
Yeah, good comeback from 100 Thieves. Finally able to set their feet, plant their feet, and grind some rounds together. A lot of it coming down to, I mean, once this A bomb site, they've shut down every attack here in recent memory. No utility for EG as well in this round, and just eating nade damage. So this should be a 6th for 100 Thieves. They should be able to close this out. Everyone's softened up. Leah's going to do just fine holding on to that, although there's another player coming out. Good shot from Gratisfaction. There's still some danger out towards long, but I think it's just coming in too late, and it's just a P250. It's not going to do the damage. It will allow the plant, which is quite nice. But a 6th round now for 100 Thieves as they are just 1 back from evening up the score.
a bit dicey. You know, could have been a kill there on Lias. Could have been a 2-on-1 with the bomb down. I guess it wouldn't even matter, but still, they do lose a little bit. They have enough money to buy in this round, and even behind that 100 Thieves, I think they probably don't care about losing any of the rifles actually in that round. I take it all back.
Yeah, 2 rounds left. They can buy everything for both of them. So timeout for Evil Geniuses there first. They've had a phenomenal half outside of these last 3-4 rounds.
It'd be so interesting, again, because you can throw that long corner smoke, and, you know, the other team maybe like 80% of the time, the other team won't even know if you have 5 people at long or 1. So if people started using it slightly more for fakes, and, you know, kind of like they did this last round where they had Breeze sitting out there and he got peeked on. But if you do it early and just run everyone else out middle or somewhere else, it could get really interesting.
Here's a problem I see for Evil Geniuses. At this point in the game, you have Ethan at 6 kills. Breeze isn't doing anything crazy either. Two of your big heavy hitters are having pretty quiet performances. At least you have Cirque delivering, but even that feels like it's mostly been a while. It's been, you know, the clutches that you think of in the first 5 rounds of this game, the position in pit to get the double kills of the Kriegs. Lately,
I mean, Gratisfaction has overtaken at least Breeze and almost Ethan, and he started off 0-9. A bit close here. The Molotov on top of him, and he's burning alive, trying to have an impact, and he will get one last parting shot to take down Stanislaw.
What a champion. Mustache is on fire, still getting the kill. Tarek's going to trade off Liaz, and that's a flash into the air. Azza looking down, patient in how he wants to play this, but all the meanwhile, Evil Genius is going to start creeping up long.
And there's no one watching it.
No one has that information. And JKS is a bit worried about crossing middle.
He almost has to just get a mad shot when they line up the smoke wall, and he's going to have no time to react either. He's not even really looking that direction now. They're trying to cross, and JKS, I mean, no chance at all. How do you do this? 4 versus 3, it's round number 14. They have enough money to buy, so they might as well sort of go for it, even if they're a man down. Don't see...
Tarek can just toy with him in this position. He's hearing all this noise. He's staying silent. He'll even let him get up catwalk, at least the first guy. Now he peeks out while they're jumping. That's a freebie. Azza's got to come back to help deal with this. He is going to get the kill. That's a lot of time off the clock, though, and now a 2-on-3. And like you said, their money is so good, they're going to go for it no matter what.
That Molotov makes it almost impossible. They can put it out with the smoke, but they also want the smoke for the defuse, so... I don't know. Yeah.
I'm surprised they're not just going for it. I mean, you see Jacob backed off. I know, I mean, it's a low percentage no matter what, but, oh, I guess they want the Kriegs. That's fair.
Yeah.
Kriegs are just that powerful.
True.
It's just like...
it is a pretty rational choice, actually.
No, but...
We're obviously not going to win that.
It also is silly.
Maybe a little bit. 15th round. AWP and double AWP. No auto snipers. No one is rich enough.
I can't believe Stanislaw just had that sidestep as soon as Gratisfaction was delayed in taking the shot.
Yeah.
Because of landing.
Well, 15th round. Finally, another round for EG. They've been searching for it for a while and letting 100 Thieves back in the game in a big way. It's a completely open map right now. Even if they get this last round here and get to 9, 100 Thieves have done enough to make themselves very competitive on the map. JKS has got the 1-AWP over at B, and obviously Gratisfaction up at the catwalk here. Set up. Spot that's almost always, I feel like nowadays, Molotov in some fashion.
Oh,
wow.
I like this. Another brawl on catwalk. Again, same thing's happening, and Stanislaw is going to miss. This time he doesn't fully sidestep it. He's brought down to 16. Oh, they're burning, though. Liaz is in a really tough spot. Another Molotov just to delay things. He's in an awkward position, so he needs that time to readjust. And another Molotov. Utility being dumped onto catwalk. And where does 100 Thieves go? They don't have control of long. They don't have control of cat now. They have to be aggressive here, but this is so dangerous. Breeze almost transferring over. Ethan is still here. Whoa. 2 great shots. Gratisfaction, a slow start, but he's come alive.
That's so impressive. Individually, you've got to imagine he's got to be feeling like hell when he's just missing all those bullets early on. But this might have just saved the round for them. They got flashed into that fight. I think everyone from 100 Thieves running in there was at least a little bit blind. And now he's covering the bomb down here. 30 seconds. Lias ready to pounce as soon as that Orb goes off. He knows it. Around the corner, and one more kill for Gratisfaction. He can get Cirque as well. He can, a quad kill. What a way to end it. What a hero performance and a comeback individually for Gratisfaction. 8-7 at the end of it. Overall, a clean down the middle for that first half. Second half going to be coming right up, and we'll see who's going home and who's going forward.
Embrace your destiny, slay your enemy, raise a legacy. No more apologies, trust your abilities, gather the energy. Pull yourself back together, been staying off track forever. Child of the nation, will seek redemption, time for salvation. Today is meant to be day of victory, time for history. Rebirth's a tendency, fight the entropy, channel your rivalry. You're praying for fortune to come, you're hearing the sound of the drums. It's too late to backtrack, go pack your bag now, keep your feet on the road and stand up. You've got what it takes to fight back. Don't stop until you black out, out, out. Stand up, up, you've got what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop until you black out, out. Give all you got, show them how to make a miracle. Stand up, up, you've got what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop until you black out, out. Give all you got, show them how to make a miracle. Go save your team, be a hero. Take home the cup, be a star. They waiting for you, take aim, shoot your arrow. It's your time to shine, show them who you are. Stronger, gotta go faster, gotta get better, gotta work harder. It's fight or flight now, get up now. Go with the move, go for the goal, lead up the stadium, you know how it's done. Stand up, up, go what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop until you back out, out. Give all you got, show them how to make a miracle. Stand up, up, go what it takes to fight back, back. Don't stop until you back out, out. Give all you got, show them how to make a miracle. Stand up, you've got what it takes to fight.
A perfectly even first half here. 8-7, as clean as it can get for both teams. Kind of a strange way that we got there. It looked like EG were doing very well early on, and the 100 Thieves were struggling. Gratisfaction, maybe especially individually. I think 0-9 at some point early on. And he managed to fight his way back now at 10-10. So he's done a very good job individually. And I don't know, one of these teams is going home. We're going to have to find out which pistol round is coming up.
Well, this second half, this is where you'd hope, like I mentioned just towards the end of that half, the stars, the two big stars that you'd think the 2 star riflers for EG haven't really stepped up in this map. Ethan, 6 kills. Breeze, 5 kills. Those guys are way too good. Oh my God! That is filthy. That shouldn't be allowed.
No, it should not be allowed. That is so clean. I can't believe that happened. Now, Tarek, they must be shell-shocked, EG. Couple of people dead in less than a second. They're going to try and see if they get boost, but there's so many people on the other side. Nice shot from Stanislaw, and now they're just guessing through the smoke. Taken will take down Ethan, and Azur is flanking through the middle as the bomb is being planted here. Tarek, he's just trying to see if he could go for it. Might as well do something. 1 versus 3, and he's in a very tough spot. If he stays here, he's going to die, but he lands one more headshot. He actually has a chance. He's picked up the kit now. Another fight here versus Gratisfaction. He dinks him right through the box, and he's trying to hit it. He saw that. He heard it. He's out in the open. And he can't complete the clutch, but what a round. Can we?
He's actually just reenacting it, Kassad. Oh, no. I don't want to see it again.
Yeah, hold your breath.
Not safe for work.
Hold your breath for this one.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what you did.
Oh
He's
my
looking
Lord.
behind him like, I hope no one's watching.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. Liazar's already out long. He's the foothold for his teammates to join up. This 100 Thieves team has come alive. This has got to be scary. If you're on the side of a VG, they've won what? It's now been 6 of the last 7.
Yeah, you're excited, right? I think Pimp was mentioning when we got the whole series off that he was looking for someone like Ethan to, maybe up the level a little bit. And it's not like he's been playing badly the whole series, but he's got 6 kills right now and Breeze at 5.
Yeah, this has been the criticism of EG for a long time. It's much the conversation that we have about some other teams is what happens when you're star players, what happens when Breeze has an off game, what happens when Ethan isn't carrying, what happens when you have these. Can you rely on things other than the individual players to kind of carry you through these matches? The way that we see, obviously this is. It's not really an unfair comparison, but they are the best team in the world, Astralis. When Device has a bad game, they're still winning. When they have the ways, they have, the plan B, they have the strategy to fall back on.
But wasn't Stanislaw saying in one of these interviews that they felt like they could outstrand, most teams, if not all teams, something like that?
Yeah, but players often say things in interviews that none of us really buy into.
All right, shutting it right down.
I've been saying that for a couple months, even going back to when EG won New York, and I know Chad talked about it on one of the desks, and I know some of the other analysts have talked about it on the desk. Is you have to be able to find that second option to win these games, that second win condition, and at the moment it seems like EG still just has the one, which is individual players having like incredible games. Breeze dropping 20+, Ethan dropping 20+,
which is a great luxury when you have it. And then when you don't, you've got to wonder, I don't know. I've seen a lot of creative plays out of EG. You've started to look through their games in the past. So it feels like they should have, I don't know if I'm willing to say that their level is going to be as deep as Astralis. That's a high bar to reach there, but I feel like they've gotten enough to be able to put off more of a fight. Nice return from Zerg. Trade there. Breeze running away with the USP. Turn through the smoke and just going to go for the fight. Nice enough pick off, and the scout suddenly dangerous. Deep breath here for 100 Thieves. Down the middle, it should be able to punish it, and they'll take down that scout finally. That still can be scary, I guess. Tarek is running and making a bit of noise, and they're waiting for him, challenging with the deagle, and nearly winning the fight against Azur.
Yes, he had plenty of opportunities to clean up that kill.
Yeah, that's a wake-up call, surely, for 100 Thieves. That can never really happen again throughout this rest of this half.
You can't let that happen. Good shot from JKS, and another good shot in return from Cirque right through the door. You could see that from his point of view. 10-8. 2 rounds separate these teams.
Satisfaction. No! Does get the leg through. Stanislaw a little bit low on health. No head armor on anyone there on the CT side. Again, that Galil, it's a small point, but sometimes you see it make a difference in the end. They needed the grenades and the kits, though. Hard to blame them for making the choice, ultimately. Pretty much a default setup here for 100 Thieves. Taking over Catwalk, holding long and upper dark, at least for a while. Now they're all congregating towards the middle of the map.
I think one thing we noticed the other day when EG were playing Dust 2 as well, or at least I kind of picked up on Cirque at this railing. He had some equally tough rounds as we saw Gratisfaction in the first half, missing some shots coming up this pathway, and he seemed a little bit uncomfortable to try and establish his dominance as an AWPer during these A hits. He gave up this angle quite frequently that he's playing in right now when the flashbangs rang in. He just bailed out and went straight to long without even trying to get a pick, which happens from time to time when the flashbangs are on point. So here we go. We'll see what he can do this time.
That very nearly connected. But yeah, as you said, here's the sort of constant flood of flashbangs just in his eyes all the time. He just wants that scope. He had pretty much one chance there where he could actually see something, and that did not work out for a kill. The bomb is being planted and no one there to stop it. Stanislaw now coming out of the B bomb site to try and help out. Tarek just hoping that someone's going to be aggressive, that he could snipe away at. Gratisfaction goes down, but they're still in middle, and JKS is now flanking Stanislaw. That's only now just coming here. Ethan goes down, Circus next, and Lias, a huge double, and there's that flank we were talking about. Breeze has to pick up the AWP and run for it. That's a nice hit for 100 Thieves. That looked very much in their control almost the whole time.
Yep, Cirque missing a couple shots on the cross, as I mentioned, but also the tough part, actually hold the thought, because they're going to try and hunt down this AWP. Breeze has got some work if he wants to stay alive. Not too committed to the hunt, but at least boxing him in, so he should be fine unless JKS decides to get aggressive. There it is, picks off the shoulder. But also, you could see Tarek at railing with the M4, wanted to peek up into that bomb site, and I felt like you can almost imagine the communication that's happening as Tarek asking for a flashbang, you know, saying, somebody flash me into the sky, I want to peek into the A bomb site, and Cirque doesn't have a flashbang. His teammate at long doesn't have a flashbang. They just didn't have the resources, and this is the same stumbling block that 100 Thieves had in the first half, was missing those critical resources late stages in the rounds. They didn't have the smokes for the bomb diffuses that was planted for long, 100 Thieves, and now it's Evil Geniuses not having the flashbangs to set their teammates up.
A little bit of a fake towards long, and there's a smoke blocking their way over at the B bomb site. I think otherwise they would have gone already, because all they've really done is give a rifle. I think that was just, again, they had the smoke at that long corner. They were pretending to go for it.
Oh, they're going to rotate just in time. This is going to be perfect.
This is actually very, very cool. It's a USP for now. Stanislaw setting up with the C-set, 75. The reload takes forever, and he almost got the AK up. Then Breeze lining it up. A triple kill for him in the round. And yeah, that smoke ruined their day. They had, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to criticize the choice, but the fact that they waited, that cost them the round.
Yeah, the entire smoke. And not just that, it's also part of the trouble of it was they were the only other four players. They were all here. There was no other presence across the map. If someone's in middle, you know, maybe EG isn't able to rotate all the players into that perfect position.
Yeah, they did do that fake that I was talking about, you know, throwing the smoke at long. They're going for the corner again, and this time they are going to commit to the fight. So jumping out around the Breeze, getting flashed through and almost hitting that timing, but instead they lose two, and this is not good news for EG. They need to win this round. They've done a lot of damage in return, but they're only just now in the second half, so they can't give it up already.
Well, I'll tell you the other nightmare. It's a double op setup, Ethan and Cirque, and that means not just expensive, but look at the HP on Liaz, Azza, and Gratisfaction. They can be pretty decent cleanups with the M4s, but with two ops, less of an opportunity. This is still recoverable, though, for EG, and I'd like to see them at least fight for it to some degree.
Yes, give Cirque a chance to shine. We know he can do it. Nearly a kill there for Stanislaw. He's still fighting JKS, who's alone. There's no one really next to him, so I think Cirque might actually have a chance to prove himself out here at long. One opportunity missed, and now re-peeking is very dangerous. Grenade to try and set him up. He misses one more. Ethan also not connecting, and yeah, they're getting both those orbs taken away.
Wow, I can't believe all those op shots missed. That's a disaster. Normally a pretty reliable double op setup, but some rough games coming out for the EG guys.
They had plenty of chances, right? Like, they had 5 shots between them, I think. If even half of those connect, it's quite a different round.
Nice take of long. You could see the difference in theories. 100 Thieves, every time there was pressure from EG at long, they backed off and played into the bomb site. EG, there's pressure at long, they want to flash that smoke and they want to go battle. Unfortunately, the route's taken by Breeze to come through that smoke is right into the blind player's crosshair, and he goes down.
I mean, I still do quite like it. And CTs have a way to set a smoke up that's a little bit closer to long cave, that you can sort of play around. So I don't mind that they try to do that. 12-9 though. The economy. Cirque has a fair bit of money. Breeze has enough. They save that one M4. They could go for it. But I don't know. It's so hard to figure out what to even say at this point in time because 100 Thieves could have won the first map, and they end up winning Nuke. So it could theoretically could have been 2-0 in their favor.
Yeah.
But the way that EG were playing, you know, at least on Nuke towards the end as well, and just overall, it looked like maybe they were going to be the ones coming out on top of this one. Now I'm not so sure anymore. 100 Thieves have found just the last bit of strength here. Look at Jacob at 18 kills, Azure at 18 kills, and he was playing very well in the last map as well.
Yeah, he's putting in a good series. I think the big difference maker, obviously, has got to be going back to the first half, the difference of Gratisfaction of how he started the first half.
Yeah.
You said 0-9, 0-8, whatever it might have been, and then he just skyrocketed. Once he started hitting those op shots, they made that comeback happen on their defensive side, and that's given him the chance to come alive in this game. Ooh, and he still delivers. He had a tag earlier. This time he's on point. And in a round that dictates so much because of the economy, EG doesn't have a whole lot left in the bank after this round. That's a huge pick.
Kind of impressed that EG don't over-rotate in this scenario, because there were even grenades being thrown into B, so you could have seen them just panic for it. Not so. Probably good news. 4 on 5 here. And jumping all the way up. They're feeling great about that A-bomb side at the moment. Hard to blame them. Nice shot on Stanislaw, and now it's really falling apart here.
I think this is where you're starting to see the cracks in EG as well. The pressure, not feeling the momentum, not able to build anything. We talk about them as a snowballing team. Well, they seem to be snowballing in the other direction at the moment. Trying to find ways to get back into this, and it's just all failing. Tarek, yeah, good luck. This will be something for the YouTube channel.
Or not.
Or not.
Breeze, pretty impressive double kill, but no one is going to be able to challenge Gratisfaction at the moment. All the way up to 17. He's nearly topping the scoreboard. He's 2 kills away from being the top fragger after, again, having been
0-8, 0-9, whatever it was, right around there.
Yeah. All right. That's nice.
Jesus. Fair play to the man.
Yeah, this is...
It's
very cool.
That's an impressive mentality.
Hard to get back into a game like that if you start off slow. Scout on the other side. That smoke is going to have Jacob immediately alert. Diaz goes down, though. It's over at alone between Breeze and Tarek. And they get to steal the Krieg. We talk about, you know, the lack of strategy on that T side and you know, maybe too much of a focus on players who are then underperforming slightly. But because of the firepower, they should have some rounds here. Just all they need is 1 or 2 rounds where someone goes completely crazy.
You have a chance here with Tarek, but again, even if he wants to peek, he's the one. Oh, he's just burning. He's burning out of 21. Ethan's going to burn out of 76 as well. This is a nightmare. He'd love to peek, Tarek. There's the first they line up. He couldn't convert it. Ethan with a scout. He's found 1 tag, but he's got 2 more. That would be so difficult, and that would be a disgusting shot to hit. A small chance for Ethan, but the scout is just not the weapon for it. 14-9 and 100 Thieves is 2 wins away from eliminating Evil Geniuses.
They're playing such a solid Counter-Strike right now. And EG, they just don't have... I mean, I don't even want to say the firepower. They have the firepower to match it, but they're not hitting the shots at the moment. And you can also tell that the whole game, the pace of the game right now is being dictated so hard by 100 Thieves. And that's partly because, obviously, they're playing on the T side, and that's just how the game plays out. But EG can't find a way to throw a wrench in that. They can't find a way to properly stop them and properly sort of make them doubt what's going on. They seem like all the time in control of where the attack is going to happen, how that fight is going to be playing out, and exactly where they have all the grenades every single time. There's so much stacked in their favor. 14-9. I'm so impressed by 100 Thieves right now. I think this is what we were hoping for when we started to come into this, and we weren't really getting much of it. Jacob is 21-6. He's already died 6 times in 23 rounds.
It's a 12-2 run for 100 Thieves. At one point, this was 7-2 in the favor of EG.
All right.
That's a far cry away. There we go. You said they may needed just 1 or 2 rounds delivered by some of their star players. Cirque's got him in the right foot here in a 5-on-4.
That's a shot he doesn't wait to see if anyone is there, right? He just crouches and shoots, and that's it.
And someone was there.
Someone was there. 3 men stacked on the catwalk. Jacob will get a lot more than he wanted, and the follow-up. Cirque is back in action. Now they need to slow it down. Don't keep fighting this. It's definitely not worth it. They come out on top, but they could have lined up for at least 1 quick kill there. A little bit of patience right now is what's needed.
I don't don't know if he was spotted, Gratisfaction, as he crossed. It looks actually like he was, because Breeze is hustling towards long. Cirque has a new angle, an off angle deep into the bomb site. Gratisfaction's just going to wander right into it. 10th round, EG's hit double digits, now just 4 back.
Could Cirque have a comeback of his own?
Yeah, the Oppers. He's got to hit 3 kills in that round. The opening and the closing. And enough players survive that EG can build up some money. He's blind, too. He's full blind. I think quietly, Tarek's had a pretty solid event as well. Considering coming into this, I think he was on, what, like a 5 negative event streak?
Yeah, that's
negative rating event streak.
I agree. He's been playing a pretty solid game.
He was pretty vocal about his frustrations at the end of last year. Does Gratisfaction do that again? Did he hit Ethan on the cross again?
He did, and there was some rifle spam coming through on Tarek too. So all the people who don't enjoy that part of Dust 2 are going to be unhappy at the moment. Breeze is stationed down in pit, Cirque falling back. That A defense is so weak right now. The bomb is outside of Upper Dark though, which has me immediately nervous. I know there's a minute and 20 seconds, but I'm still nervous.
Yeah, well, Cirque is forced off the angle. Flashbang to delay anything. But 100 Thieves didn't want to press the issue. Still 3 players in the B bomb site, so starting to look like they have a very good read of what's coming.
And I think they're right. I think they're exactly right. They've pushed back Catwalk, but 4 people from middle though. Ooh.
They've got so much utility on the 100 Thieves side. They can do the smokes in CT spawn. They can just barrage flashbangs. They have Molotovs as well for Ethan in the back of the site. And a Molotov goes down and Ethan just dies.
Yeah, that's certainly one part of it, but what if JKS has, I mean, even just one good flashbang from up here? He's got one, but it could be the God Flash that we all love. 30 seconds on the clock, and he's going to be joined by... Actually, Azza will take the bomb instead. Gratisfaction with a kill, but Stanislaw doing a great job. Turns around, and he's ready. One more headshot, and that's the bomb back there. Stanislaw to kill every single one coming through. A fantastic quad kill. Working on the ace, and he will get it. Stan the man. 14-11, just when his team needed him.
No way, that's so nice from Stanislaw. Listen, you're a prophet, it's all coming true. You said they needed some individual performance, you said they needed some heroic efforts. They had Cirque with a 3 kill in the previous round, now Stanislaw with all 5. And this is incredible shooting with the Krieg. Look at him turn, he's ready for the next one. That's so fast.
Yeah, every single time he was there. Now, watching the replay, the one thing you have to notice, though, not a single flashbang, right? Nothing to stop him.
All that utility we pointed out.
Yeah. So that might have been a slight mistake. Look at the money for 100 Thieves. Man, this could be the turning point. Absolutely.
Oh my God. It's taken out of the contest. So Ethan goes down. So does Tarek. He gets a double, but he's traded.
And Breeze is running out long. He knows they're all there. Called immediately, should get at least an easy kill on Azza, who's trying to set up a smoke, and actually that's even better for Breeze. He sees no one following it up, so they could probably guess most of the rest here, and they really should be winning this round. JKS, Eagle in hand, and he goes down to Breeze. A good flank, a good triple, and now 12-14. 3 in a row right now for EG, and it's put such a strain on the 100 Thieves economy. It was just on the previous round, but that's going to keep coming back now. If they can't win this round, suddenly... Yeah. EG could tie up the scoreline more or less.
Yeah, we're not done yet. 12-14, 4 rounds remaining. And this is where things get real grimy. This is where both the teams just, that thought in the back of your head that this is for elimination. This is for a place in the Spodek. Place in that IEM Katowice stage, this historic stage. And it all comes down to these last 4 rounds. 100 Thieves just 2 away.
Pretty decent grenade landing on Azza. That was just Tarek tossing it in there. Double up on the EG side now. And with Cirque covering the corner and Breeze down in the pit, that long position is really well defended.
Almost had it. Cirque gonna back away over towards railing. Breeze is trusted in pit.
Are they just all gonna go catwalk? I mean, that worked in the beginning of this half for them.
This is a different angle, though. Cirque with his deep peer towards the stairs, towards Catwalk, just needs at least 1 before dropping away. Gratisfaction wisely just pre-fires it, tries to catch him off guard. He knows how the Oppers operate.
Yeah, he does. This is so close right now. 50 seconds. Putting out a smoke in middle, pretending it's one of those B hits, maybe hoping to distract someone or force a rotation, but they're not going B, they're not going middle. They're going to recommit to it, and let's see how many flashbangs they can get against Cirque here before he actually starts picking them apart. They're waiting. Are they going to try and boost it? He's ready. He has seen this coming if they go for it, but nope. Flashbang comes in, and oh, the headshot coming through. Jacob didn't even stop running, and Gratisfaction to follow with a breeze caught. And that is 15 rounds for 100 Thieves. Ethan and Stanislaw do not have the money to fight this. They need those rifles. That's a clean hit. To find that in the 27th round.
It's a very clean hit, but again, just no counter utility coming out from EG to slow that down. No Molotovs going towards Gandalf, no flashbangs in the sky to make 100 Thieves even pause or just slow it down a little bit. And again, for EG, the op at this part of the map for them has been ineffective.
It really has. If you're Cirque and you get flashed out of that position, the one thing you'd love to do is set up a grenade for Tarek to peek from Goose.
Yeah.
That would really help out a lot.
And listen,
right.
I mean, he didn't really have a chance of any kind of response. He got deleted, you have to say, a spectacular shot on the entry to take Cirque out in the first place. But this is over the course of this half, over the course of, what, the Dust 2, we saw them yesterday. This has not been, you know, a very impressive...
no, definitely not.
Impressive location for Cirque. He's lost a lot of those battles.
And EG at times looking really good. You see that snowball, you see all of the things coming together, and then it falls apart anyway. And 100 Thieves so far have managed to outlive them, which is really quite something. Real strength and real test of a team to be able to do this.
This has been a stressful game.
Yeah, you can see that on everyone involved.
Especially, I was just thinking of Kassad. He is one of the funniest people to walk by, and you just see the relief. Here we go. Round 28. 100 Thieves, a chance to knock EG out of the event, and EG fighting for overtime. They have to win 3 in a row. And their expectations for EG is to be in a position to potentially win the entire event. That is where the Counter-Strike community believes that they should be. Challenging for that trophy, and they might just go out in the group stage.
Yeah, I mean, again, we've come into this event really not knowing who exactly to look for, but EG is certainly one of the teams that should have that quality, that should be able to make it there. A lot of it has not been working throughout this best of 3. And you said 3 more rounds to get into overtime. That's what they need. A double up on Ethan and Cirque. Once again, they had the money for that. Flashed into the fight. Tarek needs to get back around the corner, and he just will. Now being covered by Cirque. And if they knew someone had to throw that flashbang. If they try to hunt it down, that would not end well. Azza almost dead walking into that crosshair. Is there going to be anyone there helping Tarek out? I'm not sure. Flashbang, but it doesn't go deep enough. And Azza could see everything. Smoke up high, Molotovs and smoke, and they're going to come for the B-bomb site now. Ethan and Stanislaw, can they do it one more time? Ethan goes down, and it is all on the captain. Coming up the window, nearly finding that one. He's taking down Gratisfaction and looks inside of the window, but 2 versus 3. This is it. Either going to get knocked out or they're going to go for the retake here. They have a single flashbang. How can you get through all of this? A man down, Molotovs in the window. Oh, they are so screwed to get in here. At 100 Thieves know it. They should have all the confidence. More grenades being thrown out at them. They are absolutely saying no thank you. And that bomb is ticking down on the other side. It's now or never. The single flashbang. Are they going to try and just boost it in there? Looking up but not finding anyone, throwing Stanislaw in, and that is it! 16-12 as EG get to leave the tournament at 100 Thieves. They'll fight another day, and it took everything.
Yeah, that's so impressive from 100 Thieves. They're able to bounce back after that 10-5 lead they blew on Inferno in the first half, lost that map. Nuke, they started out slow, but they came back. This third map was a phenomenal turnaround on an individual and a team level for 100 Thieves, and I'm very impressed. That's the 100 Thieves that we know and love. That's the one we expected to see in this event. Fundamentally very strong, and I just want to give props. Gratisfaction,
yes.
Starting out 0-9, he was a huge piece of the machine that made that comeback happen for 100 Thieves.
Absolutely. Azza, obviously, an amazing best of 3 throughout the series. For him is very cool. And Jacob, he kept them in it for the first half of this Dust 2 map.
Yep.
Wow, what a game we had here.
Yeah, well, we called it a heartbreak day, and that's the first one that we're going to get. We have plenty more coming up after the break, and when we return, we'll get the other series underway. So stay tuned to IEM Katowice.